This song sucks. Fuck you.
Hey, if you're gonna talk over the intro, at least don't insult yourself at the same time.
As the artist, I get to do that. You, on the other hand, are intruding. This is my remix. I'm allowed to talk over my music. How dare you?
Little
what
too
the fuck?
Meta. Yeah, let's just rein it in. Rein it in.
No.
Just
Hailing.
relax.
It's actually snowing right now.
Welcome to the program, Conan Neutron of Movie Night Extravaganza.
Yeah.
PROTONIC Reversal, frontman and namesake of Conan Neutron and the Secret Friends.
Oh, and they're
rock
good.
and roll band. This is awesome. Thank you for being here, Conan. This is huge for us.
I'm very excited for all of you. Yes.
Thank you for being excited on my behalf. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Looking forward to the conversation.
My new house cleaning band.
Look,
dance around the house.
There's worse things to be known for and celebrated for. Let's put it that way.
I always
like couch fucking. Anybody seen any good couch fucking memes lately? Thank you.
It's not that we believe he did that. It's that we want him to deny it. But I think that
they can't prove that he didn't do it. That's the
right.
thing. Like I love the fact check. Well, we can't prove that he didn't, but I don't know.
I think we need, those like hotel, like those videos where they go to the hotel and they got like the black light or whatever, and they see all the gross stains. We got to go into JD Vance's house and use that on the couch and see what shows up.
Oh man, can't tell you.
Official investigation.
As someone that tours, you. Having a black light is both the best and worst thing in the world that you bring with you.
I can imagine.
Did you see Chelsea Handler's takedown of him?
No.
Oh shit, it was brilliant. I'm looking to see if I have it.
That's awesome.
And I'll put it in the thing. But no, I ripped it, but I don't think I have it anymore.
Yeah, speaking of Conan's music, I say this.
Back to me. Yes, thank you.
I say this a lot. I say this every time I'm on your show or one of the movie night guys is on this show. That's the best theme song of any fucking YouTube online show going. It just is.
That's why you keep getting invited back.
It's the kind of, I played it for Jake before this. He'd heard it, but I was like, just listen to it with my commentary. And I was like, here's the moment where it makes you feel happy. And then here's the moment where it makes you feel happier. And then here's the moment where you realize this is a perfect fucking song. I want to make a movie just to have Conan score it. And I'm not just blowing smoke.
Wow.
It is that good.
This is what Matt does on every show we have a guest on. It's just the first
bullshit.
10 minutes.
That's not true.
It's the dick sucking hour.
Not true.
I'll cup the balls. It's got the function of John Williams with the tone of Susie Quattro.
Yes.
Wow.
And then
I like that.
Oh God.
And then I played
my era.
I played the adventure version of it.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, check this out, man. And so correct me if I'm wrong. You do all the parts, even the vocals.
Every bloody thing. And usually in a pretty tight timeline, which is good because then I don't overthink it. But I have also, you have to understand, I've been writing and playing music and touring for 24 years now. So I'm no spring chicken at it. But I like doing it. And so a lot of times we have theme months, right? So that you mentioned the adventure theme, like Movie Night Extravaganza, we'll have like a month that's, we had the least popular one was the election month, by the way. But I did enjoy making that theme song. Murder Night Extravaganza, Zombie Night Extravaganza, et cetera, et cetera. Ooh. And so one of the nice things is that I can take like a touchstone from like maybe an iconic thing for one of the movies we're covering and sort of think about, okay, what's a way to homage that? The fantasy one's a good example, right? Like I was thinking about Labyrinth. I was thinking about go Falcor, go, and there's like certain jumping off points and stuff for that. I love it. I love making music. It's a way for me to make music that's it scratches a different itch. I mean, Andrea, I didn't know that you composed that theme song. That's awesome.
Oh, it's not that good. I'm
great.
less than a year in on my musical journey. I got a lot to learn.
One of us is talented here, except for me musically, but everybody is talented.
I gave Andrea direction on that too.
I can say there's people I know that have been doing it a lot longer that put out stuff that's a lot worse. No names mentioned. But I think
I'll take it.
Name
I made that song in 5 minutes. It was a 5-minute challenge. So.
Writing a theme song is a very specific thing. It's not the same thing as writing a song that is like write and record or play. It's serving a different purpose and a function. I really enjoy it. We just had on Movie Night Extravaganza, we had my friend Mike Moraski from Steel Pole Bathtub, who's does music for all the Valve games like Left 4 Dead, all those games, things along those lines. But we had him on.
Have the world record for Left 4 Dead.
Fantastic. But he also not only plays in one of my favorite guitar players in one of my favorite bands, Steel Pole Bathtub. He was the head of visual effects for not just the Matrix sequels, but Lord of the Rings. So we basically picked his brain about that in kind of a break in format yesterday.
What the hell?
Which was awesome. Well, thank you, Teddy. Cool. I can talk all day. You're in for a treat. But
buckle up.
No, I'm in for a rest. I'm in for a rest.
Be careful what you ask for. No, but he does a lot of.
How did you meet this person?
Mike Moraski. I mean, they were like, I was like, my old band Replicator was like their like annoying little brother band. Like I was like, how do you guys do this with the sampling? Blah, blah, blah. And they're always so patient with me and. With their, so giving of their time that for me, actually, I tried to do that same thing for other bands, like younger bands, to like just not be immediately like, I'm busy. It's like, all right, what do you need? Like, what are you looking to do? Like, I'll make the time to do this. This is how DIY happens. this is how culture happens, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But what I was driving at with all that is he composes all those music in those games too. Like, and so like, and it's just him. He'll have Jason. Who plays in Sleep and Neurosis. Sometimes we'll do drums if there's drums. But, like, it's a different thing entirely to soundtrack something like a video game or a movie or whatever than is, like, write songs. Anyway, music's crazy, right? But it's... I love that intersection because as my podcast that just celebrated 10 years, PROTONIC REVERSAL.
It's huge.
Right? It's music-related, usually one-on-one interview show. And I've had Mike on plenty of times to talk about music, but it was the first time I'd ever really, honestly, even talked to him in person about doing all of the visual effects for Lord of the Rings. Like he was on that team, and it was crazy. It was awesome because that's like, look, we hate CGI. CGI sucks. Practical effects all the way. Twice on Tuesday.
I agree.
Right, but like Lord of the Rings, it's great because it's a melding of the two. They were still figuring it all out, and it was real cool.
Careful with spoilers. Andrea hasn't seen.
I haven't seen it. I know. I'm a piece of fucking shit.
You haven't seen Lord of the Rings?
I haven't
really?
seen it.
I was just guessing that she.
I also
haven't
seen
it,
Star Wars.
Shit.
There's like a couple major series that I'm saving them.
What's the matter?
Don't feel bad. I probably haven't seen 3/4 of what you talk about.
We can.
So for
it,
me,
that's okay.
So for me and my taste and my sensibilities, when somebody says they haven't seen something I love, I don't get mad about it. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited for you. You're going to get to see Lord of the Rings. You're going to get to see it for the first. It's like the best, not to overbuild
I agree with that, yeah.
But like, it's like the high water mark for that kind of thing, for that epic adventure. Like, and so many things have tried to rip it off poorly. And I have seen these movies so many times, and I just watched them again for the show was just like, oh, this is like not homework. Sometimes it's homework. It's like, all right, I'm watching this movie, fine, whatever. Not homework. Lord of the Rings is great.
Yeah, how do you okay, you write extensive. I really appreciate your Letterboxd reviews. But they're like reviews. Like I don't know if you've seen mine, but they're like solid. Or colorful dialogue. You know what I mean? Like
this one goes. Yeah, all right, great.
Yeah, I was like,
I love that one scene.
It was described as a noir. It felt like a noir. Moving on, because when I used to write professional comic book reviews, the publishers would take one fucking word from the review and put it on the book. They'd be like spectacular, and I'm like. That's a 500-word review. So,
and the phrase was, "It was a spectacular failure."
You're right. Yeah, exactly. Spectacular waste of time. But like, can you watch a movie without thinking, about how you're going to talk about it on the podcast and how you're going to review it on Letterboxd. Can you actually
I've had
enjoy
this
it?
problem
Or
with video games. This is a big one. I'm curious to hear this.
I definitely I call them intrusive thoughts because it's like I'm sitting there like just enjoying it and be like, oh well that, and then I'm like, stop doing that. I like have to internally castigate myself to do it. Years and years back, like in the days of print zines, I actually used to do record reviews, and I stopped doing it because it was kind of killing my love of listening to music. Not to mention that it was burning some bridges because I also toured and put out records myself. And if I didn't like a record, then it always got back to the people in question. I'm like, well, make a better record. I don't know what to tell you, but I have a history with it, right? Like, so, and I literally did it for money. That sounds like sex work. But like I did it for.
We've all had to get out of Arizona.
I did it.
But we like I was in the way that if you're a freelancer, like you get paid sometimes eventually. You know, like, oh great, here's a $50 check, you know, from like 3 months ago. Great. But I pretty much retired from it. I transitioned that to blogging for a while. Like I was on Huffington Post when that was a thing.
Whoa.
And
Happy birthday, Rex.
With Ariana,
yeah, which I never met. Yeah. And whatever, like it's what it is. It was a platform, right? Like it was a platform like any other.
Hell yeah.
And
be proud of yourself.
Intrusive thoughts, though. That's a good way.
Because I'm sitting here like I'm trying to enjoy this. I'm not trying to like just analyze. I'm not trying to break apart. Like and
that's why I like to watch movies twice. Like the first time is just to enjoy it. The second time is for analysis.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's good. With video, watching how they fade in and out, and trying to figure out if I could do the same thing because I love making videos.
Right, exactly. So if you can turn off that like mechanics oriented part of your brain and just enjoy it. I mean, in the best movies you can do both. Like there can be like a wow, how did they do that moment, and then also be like, oh, this is great. I'm enjoying this. And then other ones are like Love Lies Bleeding, where it's like, nope, I get what they were doing. Didn't get it.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm gonna miss.
That was
putting Love Lies Bleeding on blast. By the way, I guess I thought it was fine. It was fine, but it was built up to me to be like, oh man, this is like a noir, but like David Lynch and this. I was like, no, come on, grow up. Have you seen these movies?
It was entertaining, but I would not put it in the category with David Lynch. No. I was trying to determine what kind of noir it was.
Reminder that Jake hates David Lynch. Look at this guy seething up here.
You don't like
the known David Lynch hater on the ground.
That's one of those things I get though. It's like being into Tom Waits. I love Tom Waits, but I don't evangelize about Tom Waits. Yeah. Like you're either into it or you're not, and I'm not going to be like, you know what I like about Tom Waits is like list things like no, I'm not ever going to do that.
David Lynch is the kind of guy that would use the word whilst in a sentence.
Whilst I was there.
God bless his soul.
David Lynch,
but would you agree that he's overused as a descriptor for that particular dreamlike liminal space
his own
style?
genre.
Yeah. It's like anytime anything like abnormal happens, it's Lynchian. Is it really? Have you seen a David Lynch movie?
Really?
Because
that's how those words evolve. Because most people using it at a point have never really actually seen the source material that it's referencing. So,
you know, I recently
loved some David Lynch movies.
I had to.
78 years old.
I had to stop going. I love Matthew Film Guy's film discussion group, but I just stop for a little bit. I take breaks because I'm watching the movie thinking they're gonna hate me for what I need to say about this fucking film.
Like, and a lot of them aren't good. Like, I mean, Tarkovsky has Stalker. Stalker is amazing. I don't even like Solaris that much. Solaris is fine. And every time I see a Tarkovsky movie and I don't like it, goddamn Matthew Film Guy shows up like Mr. Mystic's Link, just like appears and like tells me why I'm wrong. I'm like, look, how am I wrong? I didn't enjoy it. It's tedious,
I love
man.
the discussion, but there's so many movies that we were watching where I was like, who paid for this shit? There are people going hungry in the world who could have used that fucking money. What is this? And then I'm reminded that it's art. Okay, I get it. Fine. But
there's also stuff like Edward Gang, right? Whose movies are just laboriously long and involved and like would be streaming content now today if they were made today. But they're wonderful. They're beautiful. They're poignant. And I would never know about them if not for other like cinephile people turning me on to them. But it's also like, how do I pitch this? Oh yeah, do you want to see a movie about like a sad kid? It's by the way, it's 4 hours long. You know,
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was great. I loved it, but
I love.
I had
Compared to all of
I
these.
love when kids are suffering on screen.
A lot of these are movies that, like, they're maybe not meant for you, in which case it's fine,
Right.
but it's also fine if you don't like it. You're allowed to have that opinion. But at the same time, a lot of times they're not meant for you right now, but they're meant for you when you're in a certain mood.
that,
Like, if
Jake,
you-
that's very
Right.
smart. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know,
and
like,
and
I,
I love that.
I won't like right now, but wait till I'm sad and a little bit remorseful for when my nephews were younger, and then I'm gonna be like, oh.
It's gonna hit a little different.
That's
No,
me
yeah,
on
and-
drugs. Like there's some movies that are just only good on drugs. Like, and then
I
also
agree
some
with
movies
that.
that are only good or really good on like a certain combination of drugs. Like when you get like 3
Oh,
or
wow.
4 different drugs going and you watch Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
you'll
watch-
mistake it for having a plot.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
I say
But
that as a big fan of that dude, by the way. But
I
9
was
out of 10
like-
days, I don't want to watch the Corsican Brothers, but on that 10th day,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
the only thing I want to watch.
But I like having an opportunity to watch movies I otherwise wouldn't even know about. That to
Right.
me is cool because I hate to think that there's somebody out there who made a movie and is now like nobody's watching it, or you know what I mean. Nobody watched it outside of my country of origin.
Like
or
the
whatever.
movies
But
my kid is in and makes.
that's awesome. So when we were off air, Sandy was. I thought she was saying my daughter just watched a movie, and I was like, okay,
hey, congratulations, here's your
Likewise.
flag to wave.
but she was in a movie.
Yeah, she
That's
does
amazing.
this. It's just her. Yeah, in Buffalo, New York, and local movie film people.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That is
and
cool.
her.
Right on.
Yeah,
I
music
recently had the same
Yeah.
experience when I was on Movie Night Extravaganza the last time, where I was like, I had to tell Forrest ahead of time, I promise I won't ruin the episode, but I did not like this movie.
What do we have? What was it? What was it? We had you on for that.
I was calling it OK Groomer. I forget the name.
like the Republican Party.
Oh, Call Me
convention?
by My Name.
Call Me by. Nobody
Or
liked
whatever.
that one though, and we had,
Yeah.
and that was one of the few times nobody had
so
seen
reassured.
it, and we were doing like it was a month of queer
It was Pride
cinema,
Month.
right? It was
Yeah.
Pride Month, and that was the one that was like, I haven't seen it. Everyone seems to like it. I saw Bones and All, which the Luca
Right.
Guadagnino, the movie did after this, which I thought was great. I was like, I bet it's good. And we put it on the docket, and nobody really liked it. But then if you look at Letterboxd, it's like 5 stars, 5 stars. Like, did we watch a different movie?
So I took a national training course for child abuse, right?
Right.
For a teaching job that I'm doing now. And I took it right after. So we watched that movie, and it was like 2 weeks later, I
man.
take this course, and I was like, yeah, that was grooming. What happened in that?
It's like
Armie
Goofus and
Hammer's
Gallant.
character.
Yeah, totally.
It was
Goofus and Gallant.
by the book.
Oh my God.
Not cool. So anyway, yeah, but it's fun to talk with your friends about shit you like, and as a comic book nerd, that's like.
Yeah.
But you liked
MO.
Handmaiden. We had you
Fun
on
to
for
talk about shit
Handmaiden.
you don't like?
Right?
Handmaiden was amazing.
Handmaiden was great. I love that movie.
And
Yeah.
Independence Day.
Independence
We
Day?
all
Come
love
on.
My
Independence
God.
Day.
Who doesn't like
Day,
Independence
shit.
Day?
And on the
Honestly.
4th of July. We
When
talked
I
about
remember
that.
seeing it in the theater when when
Yeah.
the White House got blown up, everybody like started cheering. I was like,
Yeah.
It was so fun. Andrea, when you see that movie, you're going to love it.
I love Independence Day. It's good.
Oh, you have seen it.
there
Okay.
you go. He's
Sorry.
old school with that.
You guys
No,
are
but
kicked back.
I got a
it's
quiz
definitely
for you. Name
yeah,
a
okay.
non-great Jeff Goldblum film.
Hey.
Name a Jeff Goldblum film that you didn't just love.
Ooh, okay.
Does
And
he have
that's
to be the
a-
main guy?
They don't stick in the memory.
Because he's pretty consistent. He even there's a show on I think it's unfortunately under the Disney
Yeah,
Plus
Disney
moniker,
Plus.
but it's from Nat Geo, and it was basically they may as well call it Jeff Goldblum runs around and does stuff because that's like what it is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
this show is freaking awesome. It's so lovely. I love everything about it. It's wonderful. But you asked me the one that I didn't love.
Does he have to be the main guy?
That's
Yeah,
just one
because
event.
he's like in a bunch of stuff where it's
I'm
like it's like
looking.
oh yeah that.
I'm
I've
of
seen
the belief not that they don't exist, but that there's something about Jeff Goldblum where you instantly forget all the unspectacular things he does. And
he's good in it. Yeah. So
exactly.
they made.
Wow.
Okay. Man of the Year wasn't very good. It was a great concept, but Man of the Year wasn't very good. That was
fair
with
enough.
Robin Williams.
Good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Robin Williams didn't like that.
Yeah, it's not great. Well, and then there's I mean, I don't know if we count like my opinion on Jurassic Park, which is bold and daring and so brave, is that they should have made just the one and that's it. No sequels of any kind. Certainly not any Jurassic World movies, because they managed to make Earth Girls Are Easy is great. I don't know what you're talking.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
I can't do that. I think that movie sucks.
Actually, I haven't seen it in years. Maybe it does suck. I don't know.
As a teenager, I wanted a lot of nudity, and I didn't get any. I was like, they're not easy. Is
that what you're mad at?
Where's the easy girls? This is all garbage.
I was promised easy women. God damn it.
This is terrible.
But he's in like at least one of those Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt, Jurassic World movies, and those are garbage. But I'm trying to take it on like what I would assume is the intent of the question, which is he's in Man of the Year. Man of the Year is not good. It's a great concept. It's really good.
Yeah, fair.
It's just not a good movie.
Asked and answered, but still the search, the racking of the brain for
it's
a
hard.
Jeff Goldblum miss, I think, states what a hell of an actor he is. It just anytime you see him on screen, there's something about the way the human brain works.
Very compelling. Yes.
Yeah, it's designed to love Jeff Goldblum.
His first movie, was it Big Chill or Fifth Dimension? Buckaroo Banzai. It was
Buckaroo Banzai is 84. I'm trying to remember.
Wow. In 1980, he was in 14 episodes of 10 Speed and Brown Shoe.
Well, I think I know.
remember
I
that.
think I know his first role off the top of the
shit.
dome.
He's in some Altman
actually.
stuff.
Do not.
Right?
I got this, motherfucker.
Death Wish.
Death
Okay.
Wish.
Here
we go.
Death Wish. Yes.
Death Wish.
in Death Wish.
1974.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait. His
Wait, he's
role?
in Death Wish?
Freak
1974.
His
One.
Freak number one is his named role in that one. Because I would have said Nashville, because he is in Nashville.
He's in Nashville. That was 1975. I got it all up here.
Wow.
I can't remember this.
I liked him in
Altman.
Quigley
Cool.
Goes Down.
Quickly Down Under. Surely you mean?
No, isn't it? Who's
Oh wait, I'm thinking of.
he plays the womanizing uncle in Isn't it Quigley Goes Down? Who's the
Transylvania.
Oh man, I'm spacing a name. Home Alone kid brother, who was also in Succession.
Oh yeah,
Culkin.
Culkin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Planet and the Planeteers. 5
Nice.
episodes. Verminius Scum. He was the voice.
Oh,
Kieran.
I gotta go back and
That
watch that.
guy.
Woo!
Kieran Culkin is the name of it. By the way,
Culkin, right.
this is also very brave. I think Succession's kind of overrated. I
I
enjoy it,
hate
but-
Succession. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate Mad
I've
Men.
never seen it. Is that the one with the guys in
skip it.
suits?
Yeah. They all suck. And people are like, I want to see who sucks the most by the end. It was terrible. I hated it.
I've never. I can. That rarely hits for me. When it does, I love it, but it rarely does. The only time it really has been like Always Sunny and Arrested Development. But I guess both comedies. So if I'm laughing at them, it's fine. But if I'm supposed to, if it's a dramedy or whatever,
Okay, I have a weird question for the group. Ready? It's Matt's weird question segment. Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm ready.
Okay.
Please take a moment before we go on to the next segment and appreciate that I
We
knew
are
Jeff
ready.
Goldblum's first.
Yeah, no, that was
Off
good.
the top of your head.
feel
I had
like,
no
yeah.
idea he was in there.
I would
That's cool.
never.
Yeah. Freak number one. We speak
Yeah,
his
it's
name.
kind of making me like rethink what I think about you, because like
you
who
should.
has this knowledge?
You should.
No. So it's not political, but it's about politicians. If you were an aging politician and people were saying you should retire, what would they say you are older than? For example, like Dianne Feinstein was older than chocolate chip cookies.
Right.
Joe Biden is older than Israel.
Older than dirt.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Like, so I was thinking, like, what would they say I was older than? And I have one that I think, if just because I'm around kids and they would be like, whoa, dude, you are old. Like if I said, like they'd be like, Strackbein needs to retire. He's older than rap music. That is pretty big, right? That's pretty big.
It's not good.
But
Wait a minute. You were born in 75, though, weren't you?
74.
Oh, you were tied with rap music.
Yeah, but
tied with rap music.
I mean, commercially,
That's a quote.
Fair.
Yeah.
Mine is older than everyone.
no.
Yeah,
Every
Yeah.
single one. All of the
Everyone
ones?
here.
I'm older than the internet too.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm
Not
older
internet.
than MTV.
Oh,
I am.
that's a good one.
I'm checking something real quick before I say it, but I
data
think I got
birth?
a good one.
I'll vamp.
No,
just
that
for
I know.
stealing The internet one, because that's accurate. Or how about this? I'm older than SpongeBob SquarePants.
There you go.
Damn, dude, you need to retire. You're
Yeah.
ruining the country.
Damn,
Fine.
What?
this old ass bitch.
Let's see.
I'm older than Spyro
Now-
the Dragon.
I can almost say I'm older
Oh.
than Star Wars, but that came out May 1977. Almost. So close.
I am older than Star Wars.
You are.
Oh.
Yeah. But-
Surely it was being made.
This old
70.
motherfucker in the corner of the goddamn screen with his fucking 17 coffee mugs or whatever the hell's going on.
I'm
I-
older than Indiana Jones because that movie came. The movie 81. His first one came out then.
That's
so.
big.
There you go.
Indiana Jones is fucking old. Have you seen that latest movie?
I
He's
sure
old as
did, boy.
shit, man.
Whoo.
I'm older
He
than
is
Death
old.
Wish.
He's sweaty. Look at him.
Older
older
than
than Death Wish. Older than Death Wish is that's a hard sentence. That's awesome. That's great. I
Hell
like that.
yeah.
Oh, I won't even tell
It's
you.
kind of rad to say, actually.
Yeah, I'm older than Death Wish. Damn. That sounds intense.
I've had quite a few spins around this old solar system.
Sandy, I have a
Um,
question for you.
Oh.
Yes.
Did you know that days are getting longer because of the melting polar ice?
Yes.
What?
How do you feel
Well,
about
how
that?
does this work?
How do I? It's well, I can't explain it exactly.
So basically,
here.
it's like
It has to
imagine
do
you
with
have
the
a
weight.
sphere and you just
Yeah.
like squish it down.
Right. Has
So
to
like
do
the
with
water is
weight.
melting from the ice caps and like going to the middle,
Mhm.
and like the moon
It's-
is like helping keep it there. So it's like it's like you have a little ball and you just squish it down slightly. So the days are getting a little bit longer every day. It's like a couple milliseconds or something.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I haven't covered
So are we
that
changing
on the
our-
show, but
Are we
that's-
changing
yeah,
our
thanks,
orbit at
Andrea.
all with this?
I mean that
Well, no,
theoretically
we're
in
not
thousands of
changing
years
quite
maybe,
the-
but yeah, that's not.
No, it's
So hold
it's
on.
just because the weight is redistributing on the planet because of the melting glaciers, because of the water, and that's what's going to bring sea level rise. And that is it is part of the research is the distribution. So
Yeah, so those spins around the Earth that you
Yeah.
mentioned getting
Yeah.
a little bit longer now.
all right,
Shit.
means I have more time before I croak.
Yeah.
Hold on.
maybe.
Is it
Good.
like indiscernible? Like you
You
wouldn't
can't tell.
notice? It's
No,
indis-
you'll never.
Well,
know
within
it.
10 years, it'll be like a couple of seconds or something.
Yeah,
No, I mean you
okay.
can't just say the days are getting longer and expect us hardworking people to be like, "Oh, cool."
Oh fuck, we have to.
Yeah,
stay at work.
so
that's
that's
only
only
to
milliseconds
elaborate.
every day.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say it all you want. Just don't expect anyone to believe it. Yeah, but
Nina, she's asking if I'm older than Tang.
I was gonna ignore
Aw.
that. That's
Well, that's
She's-
not an unreasonable
she's my
thing.
friend.
Tang came
well,
out.
we're
in the
not
60s,
going
didn't it?
there. Yeah, well, okay.
Oh, fair enough.
There
Fair
you
enough.
go.
yeah.
60s.
None
Anyway.
of your powder drink business. Thank you.
luckily none of us are in Congress that I know of. Dude, does anyone here have plans?
Well, yeah,
to run
that's
for
the reason
office?
why. Yeah, yeah,
No.
that's why it's lucky.
Do I have
yeah.
plans?
The
Yes,
only office
I have
I
a
run for is
17-year
this one.
plan
And
You
then
do,
how long are you
Andrea.
going to be in there? Forever.
for 2 years.
No, 18 years.
Then I'm
another
going to
term.
leave and write a book about being in Congress and then make a lot of money.
She's trying to
Oh.
beat Scaramucci's record. She's going to just be for 10 days or
I
something.
see. And
I
then
can
a
do that.
tell-all.
Yeah, get the world
That'd be
record.
great.
I love the
Funny.
idea of running for Congress on the Scaramucci plan. Like you're literally advertising that you're trying to beat his record.
Andrea,
plan to
I'm
be
here
in
for a good
Congress.
time, not
Just
for
vote
a long
me.
time.
I'll be there for a
Not-
week.
not
Don't worry
violent.
about it. You'll have another
Yeah, yeah.
special election. Someone else will come in. Just let me have this, guys. Come on.
It won't be boring.
I want
Yeah.
Andrew's tell-all book about Left Past 10 because she
Well, I'm
talks
still writing
trash
it.
about. Yeah, I mean that would be pretty good. of course, you'd have to say something like, the author reached out to everyone mentioned in this book, and they all refused to give any sort of comment.
Yes.
They refused to even respond on whether or not they would comment or not.
Yeah.
That's how
I
mad
would
they
love
are.
it if we each refused comment in like a different rude way. That would be wonderful.
That's great.
Different rude way.
You'll hear from my lawyer's lawyer.
Yeah.
Jake referred me to his secretary, which was just him doing a voice, and they blew me off.
What was that? Barron? No, what was the one Trump made up?
No, John Barron.
John
Barron, yeah.
So fake.
God
So fake.
I'm gonna put on my agent, legitimate businessman. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yes.
God, what an idiot.
How was this guy president?
Amazing.
Jesus.
Now that is an excellent question. I don't know. I saw it happen on TV, and I still don't know.
Easily okay. So last night, Jake
I have an
was
answer for
on-
that, by the way, or at least
go ahead.
theory.
All right, here we go.
You can never, and I mean never, underestimate the chaotic F everything vote. And
I was saying it serves their racist agenda to have a bad faith loyalty to this obvious imbecile. But
the idea that somehow there's some imagined super majority of Trumpists like that's like an absurdity without end. But
They're just
people when they don't like the options are like, this is the flipping the card. Like 2016 was a flipping the card table reaction. And you get that one of those and people are like, oh, wait, not like that. Too late, though. Too late. It's much more complicated than all that, of course. But you can never underestimate just the chaos energy vote.
Well, yes. And
most people don't vote.
That's why there's multiple parties. And that's why people choose to vote for the Green Party or the Libertarian Party. I mean, but
either of which may eventually get answers for foreign policy questions. We'll see.
Well,
I live in hope.
Yeah, well, I don't, but I would like to see.
What is Aleppo?
Don't wage war. Look, I agree with that. But what about when you're already in a war? And I say that as like, so I live in Milwaukee now, but I'm from Oakland, California, which actually had elected Greens, right? It's a thing that especially,
that's what they need to do.
When you have ranked choice voting and stuff like that, you're able to do those things. But like as far as beyond like municipal level positions, the Green Party has never had to be in the spotlight in such a way that they're actually have to articulate a foreign policy. Right. You can have a progressive foreign policy. You absolutely can. But the thing is, no one would ever asked the question, so people just didn't know. I mean, I hate to say it, Jill Stein, not an intellectual giant. I think she's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, there's way better people. I mean, like, whatever.
I'd be down to smoke weed with Jill Stein, but that's pretty much it.
Yes, her campaign manager,
solid hang, I'm sure.
Her campaign manager, for example, who was on my show Monday night, he's running
for in the tank for the Green Party. Look at this party stooge.
That was actually a really good show. I enjoyed listening to the local organization, organizing stuff.
To my shock.
Yeah, she's like, that was actually good.
Matt's into anybody who's on the show.
You know what I mean.
If they're on the show, he's for it.
I was like, I don't know you guys, but you are awesome.
Coming up next, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I was like, your politics
You think we could
amazing.
get RFK on the show? Like, he does a lot of these weird
worms
things.
on the set.
It's worth a shot.
Do you all have the same reaction I have every time I hear his voice? And this goes even back to when he was in Air America. Like, where it's just like, I'm like, oh my God, it's like fingernails on the chalkboard. I get it.
I'm really sorry you have
I'm not weighing
but
in.
Could you please not talk?
I'm sitting on the fence here.
He has like jaw syphilis or whatever. It's a terrible story, like whatever the hell it is. But like even
not quite.
It's whatever it is. I've never like listened to his voice. And the thing with Air America was like, cool. He's a telegenic, like, relatively handsome looking dude. I was like, why is he on the radio? Don't put him on the radio because he had a show with Papantonio. It's the worst place for him.
There's another thing that drives me up the wall. Like, I used to work with a person whose entire job was to take measurements, and they would pronounce it measurements. And I was like, this is... I pulled them aside one day and was like, we got to talk. This is...
This aggression will not stand. Yeah.
I say, have you ever heard the expression "you had one job"? Yeah, this is your one job.
What's your bust size?
Yeah, your measurements. She would.
How does that?
They were great, but like,
if
you're
there's
fucking
one
up the
word you
one
gotta
thing
say
you're gonna
correctly.
say a lot. Yeah,
Is that an
For
accent?
sure that word.
From what region would that accent
know.
be from?
Hell.
Midwestern, maybe.
Midwest.
There's no way that motherfucker's in the
Take your
Midwest.
measurements, eh?
Newfoundland or something.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not New York because I've never heard it.
It's like I used to joke that George Lucas was the only one that said Han Solo, but they say Han in the movie.
Yeah.
It's
And
just Mark Hamill says Han.
Billy D. Williams. God, why can't I remember? Lando Calrissian.
How many of those
says
were
Han.
going on at the Republican convention? How many Han Solos?
I mean, people's. Yeah. Well, there you go. Well done.
Good
Yeah.
one. Good one.
Skull.
Well,
Fell.
Conan's in
Yeah.
Milwaukee, so inside information potentially.
Can I just tell you of the many things about having the RNC hosted in Milwaukee that was terrible? I was going to go down to Chicago to see Red Cross with my buddy Dale, who plays in Secret Friends, playing drums. He's doing a solo set as well. It was going to be 3 hours to get to Chicago, which is normally like hour 45-minute drive. And I was like, I can't do 5 hours of drive. And it was just literally because of the RNC, because all the hand solos that were happening downtown. And I was so mad.
Funny.
I was so mad about it. I'm still mad. I'm still not over it.
You didn't.
I
Frankly.
can't believe I haven't talked about this on my channel yet. The fact that it has
Hand
been
solos.
described
Yeah, you
as-
might get
really.
demonetized.
Come on.
the phrase that was so perfect that I heard is the Super Bowl for Grinder. That's amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
but
good.
unfortunately, Wired magazine ruined it because they wrote an article and they put the statistics in for a lot of other cities in Grindr, and wasn't that unusual in the long
Yeah,
run.
The
but-
point being,
Let us have our
if
fun.
RNC
Okay,
comes
okay,
to town,
I'll
it
let you
shoots
have your
way
fun.
up.
Let us have our fun. JD Vance downloaded Coucher for the entire RNC. You know?
Coucher. I love it.
That's awesome.
That was Coucher.
It's like 2 hours.
Honestly, though, I prefer the JD Vance dolphin porn story.
Yeah.
I think because there's
That one's
more
actually
there.
real.
There, that one's actually kind of real.
See,
you know?
but it doesn't matter if it's real or
kinda
not.
gross.
My
I mean,
point,
I agree with that, but yeah.
My point is, again, like I just love that the like was a Snopes or whatever. Well, we can't prove that he didn't do it. And it was like
Right.
amazing, fantastic. Like that's keep it going because it's
yeah.
he does they deserve to have that because it's a frame based reality, right? Look at your Lakoff. Look at
Yes.
look, don't think of an elephant. It's frames versus facts. Everyone's like, oh, a fact attack. You know, good old Elizabeth Warren. Well, here's I did my ancestry.com. Turns out, you know, and it's like, no, that's not going to stop them. They like yelling at you, and this is the thing that that you have to answer for, and it's doggerel, and it's meant to be. It's like a shit post, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
The thing that
Good.
I like so much about it is it's a stealth secondary joke. It's got a stealth secondary
Right.
joke built in, which is that, yes, actually the couch thing is just a goof, but it stands in
So
for
good.
it's actually much more tame than the things that are true about him.
Yeah, he actually
Yeah.
did way worse. than
Yeah.
that.
Dolphin
Yeah,
porn.
absolutely. Yeah.
I was listening to Jake's show the other night, and if not last night, I forget when. No, you were on my show last night, so this was the other night, and I was sort of like distracted by something in the room, and I can't remember if you were saying that we should or shouldn't, but you used the phrase "normalize Google searching dolphin porn," and I was like, wait.
Oh my god.
There's something like that, and I was like, I don't even want to know if he was saying we should or shouldn't normalize.
Fire
it,
up
but-
DuckDuckGo in a private window.
Right.
No, I was talking about how it was unnecessary. Like I was in the middle of trying
What
to
dolphin
figure
porn
out-
is necessary, though? Really?
Well, I had already finished jizzing, so I
Okay.
wasn't looking for further dolphin porn. But
Oh,
I was looking up
TMI, Jake.
the
Question
the-
retracted. Let the record show. ...
No, I was looking up, like, I was trying to figure out the morality of banging a dolphin, and it occurred
Yeah?
to me that it wasn't even necessary to get that far. Because
Not
the
really,
real-
no.
No, and
The,
it's
the real
should
thing
be
with
illegal.
JD Vance here is that he does, like, the disqualifying thing already is that he doesn't have the good sense to take down that post that he did about searching for dolphin porn.
Yeah, why won't he?
I was worried. I was
weird.
Can I tell you? I was
I
worried.
don't care.
I was worried I was going to be too ribald and raunchy for this show, and I'm not worried about that anymore.
No.
Oh, dude, you're in good company.
God,
Don't worry.
Are you kidding? We are totally non-scripted and let it all hang out. I
know it's not scripted.
I do a completely serious.
But you guys don't have a script.
Channel of science, climate. Chaos.
What's with all these pages somebody handed me? I don't
give
know.
Andrea a script. No.
Turns out it's dolphin erotica.
It's
98%
of the script.
Erotica? I've been sending you all lots of dolphin erotica.
So
That's me.
More than I expected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I expected 0. So yeah.
See, this is more fun than alcohol.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but imagine if you're also drinking alcohol.
Well,
Rich Dry.
Oh, I'm drinking. Oh, guess what? I'm getting my dose of PFAS.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had to get a diet soda today at Mickey D's.
Is it
sperm thing?
Is it pee fast because it makes you pee fast? Is that?
Yeah. No, it's the plastic that is accumulating in every bottle we have. You know.
That's way less fun of an answer than the question was.
I know, but I know I can nerd out very easily.
I have another question about movies. I had KT.
I
KT Baldessaro on.
Movies, yes.
And I didn't get around. I had like 2/3 of the questions left on the table after, or not on the table afterwards. So I want to fire one off to you. Do you ever like feel like a movie is so awful, or you're just so not into it that you'll stop it, or do you need to watch it?
Gotta watch it all the way.
The acronym of DNF did not finish, right? That's made for that sensibility.
This guy's a pro. Fuck.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. He's like, all right.
DNF.
All right.
I will usually see things through. Like, I despise the Brown Bunny. I was actively angry about the Brown Bunny, which is crazy because I loved Buffalo 66. I thought,
oh my God, I'm from there. I mean, I drove by that place every day for 22 years, back and forth.
Cool. Have you seen that movie with what's his nuts? Yeah, Vincent Gallo. Vincent Gallo as a person, awful. He's the worst dude, and he made the best movie. It's so great.
I know.
But his follow-up, The Brown Bunny, made me want to go on a killing spree, and starting with anybody involved in the film.
But you finished
so you live in Milwaukee.
I finished it.
That would be very easy to do.
I started.
There's a rich history of it. Yeah.
I started the Bob Marley movie the other night.
I'm already mad.
I got so upset. I was just trying to find something to kill. Like,
it's like a biopic, right?
It was. I don't know what it was. It was fucking horrible. I was like, this is disgraceful. Just as like a movie. What are they doing? There are so many awesome documentaries about the guy that you can watch and like just absorb. It was terrible.
Do you remember The Onion had a headline that was Bob Marley rises from grave to free frat boys from bonds of oppression?
Right, yeah. I turned it off, though. I was like, I'm not.
I don't blame you.
Once you say the question, do you remember? I'm out.
No, I don't. Okay.
I don't. Sorry. Like nothing. Smoke another.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it was terrible. This is why I don't go to the movie theater that much unless I know
who was in it. Who was
really
Bob Marley?
I forget who.
No, I do.
I forget.
Actually,
he didn't look like him. He didn't sound like him.
I shared a Bob Marley song yesterday.
Bob Marley's
I love Bob Marley.
The music's fine.
It was the song "Everything's Gonna Be All Right" because that's like the antithesis of everything.
Yeah, I love all that stuff. I love that, but the movie sucked. But like I used to go to the theater all the time. And I would never like get up. There was one time I got up and walked out like right before a movie ended because I was like, I don't give a fuck how this ends. I'm out. But for the most part, like I avoid the theater now because I don't like being around people. I drove by a huge graveyard the other day and was like, this is why I love graveyards. Cremated. I hate being around. I could not spend eternity around all these strangers.
All these assholes.
Being in graveyards because there's just so many dead motherfuckers, and that's just where I love to be. I love to be surrounded by dead bodies at all times.
I like them too, Andrea. I've spent so much time.
So sweet.
It's popular too. People are dying to get in.
Yeah, but like I turn shit off.
You don't have sound effects.
That's a good dad joke. I turn shit off all the time. I walked out of Eyes Wide Shut.
Really? I walked into Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, there was like 5 minutes to go, and I was like, I'm out of here. And then years later, I tried to like sit through the whole movie, and I was like,
love
I
that
got to
shit.
see the last 5 minutes that I walked out on, and I was
Incredible
like,
film.
I should have walked out earlier than
Nah.
5 minutes. It was terrible.
Wow.
No, I love Eyes
Terrible.
Wide Shut. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love it because you can tell, like, the backstory is that Tom Cruise was personally tortured by Stanley Kubrick, and that makes the film really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think
I
Eyes
don't
Wide
know.
Shut is a great movie, but whatever.
Hey,
It's also okay to like different things.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah.
okay.
I'm a
Fuck
huge
you,
Kubrick
man.
It's not okay.
fan.
Fuck you.
Not
I'm a
approved.
Kubrick fan. I love Kubrick.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if
will-
you've seen the documentary Boxes or not.
I have not.
No.
Uh,
I
I'm
had-
looking for something. to
He
watch.
created a specific size box and warehoused like just stuff he didn't want to get rid of. Crank files, weird letters that were sent to him.
Sure.
all kinds
John
of
Ronson
notes
did
and
that,
stuff.
right? It's like a documentary. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I did see that actually.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I forget what was it. Full Metal Jacket anniversary DVD or something. I forget what it's associated with, but wow, it's really good. Anyway, I'm a huge Kubrick fan. I just didn't like that movie. But
Nah, it's really good.
ever walk out of a film, Conan?
No.
Ever get up and go?
But I
"Fuck
walked
this,
out
I'm outta
of
here"?
The Fountain by Aronofsky, and I was again so mad I wanted to punch something. I hated it. I was like, "This is." And my Letterboxd review of it that I did after the fact, I actually went back and retroactively logged it because I dislike it so much. That said, I get it. It's really easy to mistake pretension for importance.
Have you read the comic?
Oh, I
No.
like that.
No, I'm not. I
Make mistake.
The comic came
pretending
way before
for
the movie.
performance.
for importance.
Oh,
Cool.
importance.
I
Maybe
like
the comic's
comic a
great.
lot.
Importance.
The Fountain made me actively angry.
He wrote the comic, so.
But
maybe
I
you wouldn't
watched.
like it.
I watched the whole thing. I watched
Hugh
the whole
Jackman,
thing.
right?
Yeah. Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. You like Deadpool, the new one?
That was
Wolverine
great.
Deadpool?
Loved it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't read your
Like,
review because I'm like, I'll wait and see the movie. But
There's
I
no
watched the
spoilers in
X-Men
it.
movie from
oh,
2000.
okay, cool.
Oh, all right.
The first one.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one I'm
It's good.
trying to catch
Like-
up. I don't know anything
You,
about the
oh,
X-Men.
you really don't need to watch all of them, just so you know.
Yeah.
I
This one
have a
thing-
disease in my brain where I always have to start everything on number one. It's caused me a lot of problems, pain,
Yeah.
suffering, some
Um,
disease, some
an in-
potentially life-threatening
No,
injuries I've had. because
Andrea,
of this.
in
It's
the
really
series, you mean? If you don't watch it from in
I need to start it
order?
from start to finish.
I have to do that too. I cannot
Huh.
come into season 3 and just watch one.
You just can't do it.
No, I
You
can't.
ever hear someone? Oh yeah, just start on season 17.
no,
Trust
I
me,
can't-
like nah,
can't do
not
it.
gonna happen. I'll
Me
see you in
neither.
3 years and then we'll talk.
Andrea, I am so with you. Cannot do it. And I have a terrible thing of I actually start 40 zillion movies, and then when I come back to Netflix, it says, "Do you want to resume?" And there's like 20.
And you're like,
So,
nah, not really.
I have no attention.
I'm good.
I don't know my attention span. Is like for
Knox
different-
Goes Away. Have you seen Knox Goes Away?
No, I have not.
Michael
That's
Keaton?
Michael Keaton, right? I saw. KT got like a screener or something for that, and she recommended something that I would might want to check out. I have not seen it though.
I saw Birdman recently though. That was-
Birdman's
that
good.
one was
I like
delightful.
Birdman.
I love how they made it look like it was a single shot.
Yeah. That's I'm not. Director's a bit of a mixed bag for me for other movies, but I like that one a lot.
I was on a
Thelma?
lot of drugs when I watched Birdman. That shit fucked me up, man. I was struggling to
watch
follow
that.
the plot for most of it. I was like, wait, what's happening?
The movie Thelma that came out this year, which is June Squibb, who's 92.
Oh my
It's
God.
her first
She's
like.
older than me.
Well, she's in Nebraska. She's in a bunch of really cool movies as a supporting player. She's really funny. Thelma is my favorite movie of the year by far.
Thelma.
And I will tell anybody who listens to go watch Thelma because it's amazing.
Where can we see it?
It looked funny.
It's in theaters. Richard Roundtree, aka Shaft, is in it. It's his
Yeah.
last movie.
June Squibb, Bunny
yeah.
Levine. Okay.
So basically it's a it's an action film centering a 92-year-old woman who gets grifted by like a scam.
It's good.
But there's no violence. And it's amazing.
Wow.
And she does all her own stunts. And there's a meta joke in there about Tom Cruise doing his own stunts too, which is amazing. It's very funny.
I've got to
Thelma's
see
very
it.
good.
But
It's-
there's no movie theaters within a million miles of where I live, so I have to wait.
Keep
I
an
have
eye
that
on
problem,
for
too.
it when it goes to streaming.
Yeah, you know that.
I really hope people discover it because it's one of the more original movies I've seen in a while. That and Hundreds of Beavers.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Hundreds of Beavers.
I haven't even heard of that.
Amazing. It's macro indie movie. It's my God, how to describe it? It's like part like Tex Avery cartoons, part Charlie Chaplin, part Legend of Zelda. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I'm sure it's wonderful if you are someone who partakes of substances. I'm still
that's
sober.
all I need to hear. That's
a
it.
lick of sense. What is there a plot?
Yes, there is a plot. I mean, there's these. So it's the guy is like a fur trapper, right? But all the beavers are like people in like mascot suits, and all of the animals are people in mascot suits as well.
Oh,
I'm in.
It's hyper violent, but like cartoonish at the same time, and it's hilarious.
I'm in.
It's one of the most deeply original movies I've seen in a long time. So those two movies. Okay. If I was going to recommend, there you go, Hundreds of Beavers.
Oh, motherfucker.
So it is
not sleeping tonight.
One of the most it's one of the most unique experiences I've ever had, because I was like, Hundreds of Beavers, what is this?
Looks cool.
And I was like, oh my God, like who will listen to me that this movie is great? And then a bunch of people are like, cool, I'll check it out. And they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's like,
I'll listen. I'm listening.
So there you go.
Oh, I'm on it. Yeah, that looks great. I like that. I just made sure I queued up your review of Deadpool Wolverine. I like that you call it the Bugs Bunny of superhero.
That's
movies.
what Deadpool is.
Perfect description. I bet they'd be kicking themselves if the writers and producers hadn't thought of that at some point.
Hire me. I'm naturally pithy.
Look at this comment.
He'll take a pith all over.
You saw Matt smile like that when he heard substances. I've done so much. I'm just on them now. That's all.
As my friends in McCluskey say, you take more drugs than a touring funk band.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
God.
Thank you.
Okay.
Shout out.
I'll spoil it.
Shout out to drugs, everybody. Yes.
So I can get some creative insight. One of the things I want to start doing on my channel is fake advertisements, making fun of the fact that I don't have advertisers.
I love that concept.
Yeah. WYCD is brought to you by drugs. And then just like hard cut to the Key and Peele character talking about Crange or whatever. I don't know.
Just.
Well, you got to do your own skits. I think you can do your own skits. Wear like a fake mustache on top of the real mustache.
Yes, a bigger hippie mustache. Oh, yeah. All right.
You shave off your mustache, and there's a more different mustache underneath.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
exactly.
I love that.
Andrea sold me as soon as she suggested costume changes. All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
That's the best part.
Wicked Little Letters. Have you seen that? Olivia
Wicked
Colman.
Little Letters.
I like Olivia Colman. No, Wicked Little Letters. I do not know that. This is
it was great. Film? It's one of it's one of those movies.
Oh, Jessie Buckley. I like her. She's good.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that's just like not quaint, but they aren't trying to like do it all. They aren't trying to like blow you the fuck away. It's sometimes there's movies that take place like in a town or on a block or something where you're like, come on, let's get out of this neighborhood for a minute even. But in this case, it was like, I'm loving this. But it wasn't, by the end, I mean, whatever. My letterbox isn't that serious. I didn't think it was my favorite movie of all time or anything. But
well, it's okay. I mean, it's a tool. Totally there's not like a requirement for how you have to use it. I mean, I literally just started because I couldn't keep track of the movies I wanted to see. I was like, oh, they got a thing you can just have a watch list. Great. And look at me now, a true success story.
I'm always looking for alternatives to Twitter, man. I just want any other
I know you hate
media.
it. I know you hate it.
I feel like I'm the only person on Blue Sky, but
I'm there.
Film Sky?
I'm
on
Blue
there.
Sky.
I haven't logged in 13 months.
Yeah.
Film Sky, which is a sub
Sky.
one, which is like a I don't know what they freaking call it, but like a sub of that. Really good.
Oh, cool.
But it's all I look at. No one else is there. It's me promoting my podcast and records, and that's it.
Yeah, truth be told, I'm basically done with social media, with the exception of YouTube itself. I just don't. I understand it's a good idea.
Social media.
Oh,
yes,
my man. Can I tell you?
Private.
It was a mistake. Social media. We should get rid of it.
Get
rid of it all.
Yeah.
It was an experiment. The experiment went poorly.
I'm glad we tried.
Quick.
We're gonna stop it all so we can just figure it all out.
Don't take the music away.
No, that's fine. That's not social media though. Like, but here's the problem. I could solve the social media problem immediately. Get rid of the algorithm.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
I also have a secondary solution. Get rid of the people. Because really, ultimately, that's the worst part of social media.
No users.
Everyone fucking sucks.
That's more of a final solution, Andrea.
I endorse the final solution when it comes to social media. Consider me a proponent.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just stopped it where it is? And so, like 50 years from now, you could go to Twitter and see just exactly where it left off,
it's like frozen in amber,
anymore,
like a caveman or something, and
be like, yeah, that was the low point.
Hot takes on the Fall Guy mid-sentence. Okay, great.
Every day it gets worse.
There's for sure in not that long going to be a profession that is, whatever the actual name is, the function will be digital archaeologist. I promise you that'll be a full.
Oh, I do that all the time with like video game stuff. There's so much like video game knowledge that's like you have to like scour the fucking Wayback Machine to find a website from 2001 to get like some information. Because now everything is on fucking Discord. These fucking cocksucking Gen Z motherfuckers are on Discord. You can't use Google to find Discord, but they talk like, every piece of information is like impossible to find. And then the servers get disappeared. Years of info is gone. I hate Discord. Fuck Discord.
I like Discord.
Discord's fine as an instant messenger, but not information repository.
That's exactly it. These young cats, they know what's up. Social media works when it's original intent. You and your group of friends. When you're trying to use social media as like another broadcasting service,
right?
Well, I take it back. Twitch,
Discord's like YouTube, being in a room.
If it's designed for that,
to who we know, and nobody's just looking at it. And Brett likes to. We have 1 million threads with gazillions of articles and YouTubes, and
we had a funny moment.
Correct myself real quick because I can't let it stand there or people will get the wrong impression. I do think it's important that, and for all you, please bear this in mind. At least one of us needs to get a semi-successful show on Facebook because we do need to reach.
I've been on Facebook.
I don't want
it. I've been on Facebook.
I don't want it.
I've been on Facebook for 7 years. I've been multi-streaming. I have so many.
You did it.
But I'm bored with it because I share it to all the groups, right? And then I don't even manage the page anymore. Jonathan O does all the programming of that page. But it's just what happens is I just shove people over to YouTube. Because but that's how I started on Facebook. My first live stream before I even knew what one was with Real Progressives.
We should all just start a MySpace page.
I was a big LiveJournal proponent. Other than the fact that like the kind of things that people, including myself, were putting on that was like, wow, this is personal information on the internet. Like, do you realize everyone can see this? Like, I would never do that now. But as a fact that I could literally see the people that I followed in sequential order. I didn't realize what a treasure that was, rather than like the needs and wants of the algorithm ever changing as it pushes to follow this and that and the other. And speaking
Twitter
of someone,
loves to do that weird thing where it refreshes randomly where you're fucking reading something.
When you're in the middle of
reading that,
and there's no way to find it because it's not sequential, so it's just gone forever.
Well, and like for me, like
unless you use Threadroller,
a good example is like when we're on tour. Oftentimes I'll like mention, hey, we're in, this city tonight, right? And then like it'll show that to people 2 days after we're there. And they'd be like, I had no idea. And I'm like, well, I don't know do you need like a singing telegram? I don't know what more I can do to like let you know that this is happening. I'm doing all of the things that I can do here. But that's the algorithm. And if they even said, I'm mostly talking about Facebook now, but any of them, if they were like, hey, there's 5,000 people that follow you, we will show your post to those 5,000 people if you pay us $20. Great. That's a transactional exchange. You can argue about the efficacy of capitalism all you want, the hellscape that we're in, but what they don't do that. What they do is they're like, you can make an ad to promote this post to like 1 million people that don't give a damn.
Yeah,
and it's like,
randos.
Well, I just want people that follow us to know when we are there to play or that there's a new record or whatever. It shouldn't be so difficult. And everything has gone the way of the Zuck that way. That it's just like, oh, no, this is the idea that you should be able to see things that you follow in a sequential order, with causality itself being called into question is like a foreign concept now.
Yeah.
Thank
They're
you.
working
Thank you for
so
giving my
hard.
TED talk.
Or you're gonna have
Use
you have
those
your,
extra
your
cents.
own list of stuff, and you have to manually check.
Sure. So there's
Here's
hacks that
this.
you can use to like
Yeah.
make these things like
A lot of
halfway
work.
usable, right?
But it should be a feature. It should be built in and straightforward and
Right,
easy to use.
right.
Like imagine if there was like a paid version of these things, but like, oh, I got to see the things I wanted to see. Okay, well then maybe I would scroll social media again, which I don't anymore. I haven't for a
Yeah.
while.
Same.
Oh, I like.
The irony
I
is,
hate
these-
Elon Musk, but I like my little Twitter universe of science weirdos.
Can I tell you, I never had it on my bingo card that people were just going to go back to Twitter. That I was like, wow.
Yeah, I
Because I was like,
know.
oh, wow, who's going to win the post-Twitter sweepstakes? Oh, they're just going to go back
I
now.
know.
Oh, wow.
I hate it so
but there
much.
is a way,
it's so
though, to
embarrassing.
see only the ones you want to see.
Yeah.
There is. If you just check with the same ones, you don't
No.
get all the or you
So-
don't search through the thing.
I
You
don't-
look at trends. You don't look at all that shit. You just look at your own feed with the few people that.
Sure, but why should you have to modify your behavior when it's
Yes,
there?
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Am I modifying my behavior?
Yes, you just
Yeah.
mentioned all these ways that
Yeah,
you're modifying your
yeah,
behavior to
Yeah, probably.
and the thing is we must like it because we don't ask for it to be changed, right?
I hate seeing
Who
all
are
my
we gonna
friends
have?
over there
gotta
in
go
that
somewhere else.
cesspool. I don't like it.
Well, I'm on it. I always.
No,
like
that's
it.
why I like the Discord better because
Yeah.
that's more like we're all in the classroom together versus the fucking town square. so
Fair,
to speak.
yeah.
But, my Discord. So I'll tell this quick. I hope Jake doesn't mind. Jake had a power outage, so he fired up like a new Discord to contact me to get the link to last night's show, and my mods were like, "No, we don't trust this new account," and they like had to verify him, and I was like,
yeah.
"Yes!" I was like, "My mods are
Is it
fucking
upload an
on
ID?
it."
Oh,
They're
'cause
like, it
looks
just seems too
suspicious.
perfect.
And
Show us your couch
I-
profile. Yeah.
That was great. I was like, "Oh man, you guys are on it." And I didn't say anything like, "No, I've been talking to him. It's really him." I was like, "No, go ahead."
No,
Wow.
that-
wow.
yeah.
It's your
And-
man Dangle, huh? Wow.
I don't even want to dull their instincts. Like the people that
Right.
contacted me, and they did contact me, I
Yeah.
was like congratulating them because, folks, that's exactly how you should respond in that situation. It just so happened that this time it actually was your, grandson calling from Guatemala in a prison. Like it really was me with a new account. But
I feel like you're being
Totally.
in Arrested Development, Gene Parmesan, who like keeps surprising Lucille
Oh
Booth.
no!
And it's like, ah! Surprise! It was your old pal Jake the whole time. He just has a weird mustache on.
over the other one, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Thank you.
I don't
Weird
know.
mustaches. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of life.
Arrested
is
Development should have stayed dead. Great show until it came back.
Oh yeah. I mean, I watched it, but
Well,
I
it's
was
just a
having that
different
thought.
was it 4 and 5 or whatever? It's just like it's a different show. Like you watch that just to like, it's not funny, really, right? It's just,
Right,
you're watching
exactly.
it just to see what the hell they're gonna do.
What happened next? Yeah,
what are they
exactly.
gonna do? Like they brought it back for this.
Yeah.
I mean, you
What are they
gotta
gonna
watch
do?
it. I mean,
As it turns out, not much. Futurama, I feel the same way about too.
I haven't watched this since it came back.
It's fine. You don't need to.
I just like Job.
It's fine.
Like I'll watch.
Oh my
He
God,
should have
you
had a
guys watch
spin-off.
Where the
Pirate-
lighter fluid come from?
Yeah, he's awesome.
They should give him his own show.
He is so good. He should have had a spin-off show. Yeah,
Funny.
definitely. Yeah, and they were always saying,
Funny.
"Wait, did they do a Arrested Development movie?" They were always saying they were going to do that, and I was like, "Just do the
Yeah.
Job movie. Would have been great.
Do the joke.
Like his origin."
Dude, you
I
get
like-
first episode is called "Do the Job," and it's about a dance craze that he tries to create unsuccessfully.
There you go.
Oh
There
man,
you go. We're already writing it.
so good.
Seriously,
That
are you
would
guys
be
telling me
great.
that you? How come I can't undo this? Sorry, are you guys telling me that you did not find Forget Me Nows hilarious?
I mean, I watched it. I liked it. I thought the whole thing was good, but it was not necessary.
If it was a new show, you just started with those seasons, I'd be like, oh, this show is really good.
Yeah.
But I love
Yeah.
those first 3 seasons of Arrested Development so
It's
much.
so
and they're
legendary.
So solid, like gag a minute, like stuff that's like, oh wow, that's a callback to like a season and a half ago. That's like a crazy like thing.
Yeah, I see it like LeBron James's final season. Like I don't expect him to be as good as he was 7 years ago. You know?
Yeah.
I like if Arrested Development, which was A++ for the first 3 seasons, comes back and they give us a
It's fine.
B+ season. Like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm like, whatever, good.
But look,
I wouldn't call them B+. I mean, maybe
but
C.
look
B.
at Party Down. Party Down came back for a new season, and it was just as badass as it's so good. It's just as good as the other seasons.
That's even more impressive for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like in this, we live in a world of excess capitalism, and like the one, in my opinion, the one good thing about it is like, yeah, you get the Clerks 3. You get these movies which are like, people talk about them like they're this awful offense, and I'm like, yeah, it wasn't as good as the original, but it was still pretty fun. Like if you're looking at, did I enjoy my 90 minutes? Yeah,
but I prefer like the BBC model where it's like, okay, here's like one season with like 12 episodes, and then it's gone for forever. And
or like the 390
I'm
minute.
gonna watch Party Down.
Yeah,
Party Down's great.
Party Down's
I'm
great.
gonna watch that one. I just looked it up.
BBC
Looks good.
Oh, it's fantastic. But the BBC will
I didn't
then
watch TV for 20 years. The BBC
will then take those same actors and put them in like
a different
3
show.
different, almost identical series. Like Ricky Gervais will get a bunch, and that's the thing.
Extras was amazing. Extras was great.
Yeah, and that's
Bowie
my point.
scene was so good.
Sad little fat man. Yeah, amazing. Like you got David Bowie to sing.
Just their brand of it.
Yeah,
but I like it. Give them lots of bites at the apple. Just because it's not a masterpiece doesn't mean it was a failure.
Yeah, my least favorite saying is when people are like, nobody asked for this, and I'm like, nobody asked for any of this. What are you talking about? But
nobody asked for cotton candy, but I'm glad they made it.
But sometimes, like I love that movie Joker. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not. I mean, a lot
so
of people
brave.
did. So, but like, right? It's not that like you did. But like a lot of people were offended that they wanted to do a sequel, and I'm like,
what? I mean,
just fuck off then. Don't watch it. What do you?
Yeah,
it's a sequel. Movie sequels are
how does
like,
that affect? You could fill books with the stuff I don't watch, listen to, read. Like there's all kind. It doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't
like
ruin the original movie.
Why bother?
It's not like, now the first movie's tainted because there's a sequel. No. You can just ignore the fucking sequel. You don't have to watch
constantly.
it.
I am a professional at ignoring sequels.
I just mentioned with Jurassic Park. I pretend like it was the only Jurassic Park and there no other movies exist, and I love it.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, that's good.
I don't want them to whoever is gonna make the next Godfather 2. I don't want them to skip it for fear that they'll be making the next Godfather 3. You know.
Oh, hey man, Godfather 3 is great.
It's all right. Yeah.
And
as
Coda,
far as a crime movie goes, it's a B+ crime movie. It just
the newest
stands next to A+.
Coda. Well, they had to. I like it. Yeah,
that's where they put that together for like TV, right? So they put it all as like sequential or something.
No,
is that right?
Coda is the director's cut of Godfather 3.
Okay.
It's like the
Pretty good.
same length, but some of the scenes are rearranged and like there's.
Yeah, I like that.
I can honestly say I never wanted more of that movie, so I don't know. Maybe that's not.
I haven't seen
Well,
the
then
original.
we got The
I saw
Sopranos.
Coda because when I was watching Godfathers for the first time, I only saw the new cut, but apparently it's much better.
There's a way.
That's what they should have called Godfather 2 Godfathers, because there are 2 of them. There's De Niro and Pacino.
Godfather. The 2 of them.
There's like a little game you can play while watching Godfather. That's why I like to watch those. Look
What's
for
the game?
the color
That's it?
orange
Okay.
and oranges. The fruit
3.
is a significant.
Absolutely.
Like it's very symbolic, and like by the third movie, he's diabetic and he needs orange juice, right? So it's like you can follow a thread, an evolution, and a thread through all the movies if you just look for that. It's how they identify. Spoiler, Godfather spoiler. It's how they identify the villain or the betrayer in the very beginning of each movie is with oranges. So,
You know what's weird? We've only covered one Francis Ford Coppola movie, and it's The Conversation, which we had.
I love that movie.
Which I love The Conversation. Francesca Fiorentini
Oh
came out for that. It was a great episode. But
yeah,
with
that's
Andre.
3000?
Yeah,
no.
No, it's where they is that the one where they sit down and it's just no. I'm thinking My Dinner with Andre. Never mind, I don't know
which is great as well. Conversations,
Yeah,
a classic. Gene Hackman, he's a surveillance expert, right? And
they're all talking about like recording and new tech for. You haven't seen this?
It's
With who's the
Conversation
lady
rocks.
too.
Who's the woman
okay.
that played Shirley and
watch this.
Laverne and Shirley? It's driving me crazy. Why can't I remember? She's in it.
Terry
there's a-
Garr.
Yeah.
No,
I get it.
Hold up.
is that it? There's
I
this.
got it.
They're like at a convention for like ham radio and recording
Penny
devices.
Marshall and Cindy Williams.
Cindy Williams.
Marshall.
yes.
Cindy,
Well,
it's Anne.
Cindy.
Yeah. She's in that. Yeah, right.
So they're all like
I
at this
forgot
convention.
that she was in that show. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, they're at a convention for it, and I'm a convention
Okay.
guy, so I thought it was cool. And then they go back to Hackman's like kind of like
Yeah, a
warehouse
70s like
shop.
surveillance convention. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Yeah.
And they're like getting drunk, and they're like, one guy reveals that he's been recording the conversation and everything. And I was like, this is so like not super high tech anymore, but just to see them acting the scene out accordingly is just so it's fucking is great.
It's so
and it has,
cool. It's a great.
It has what was my hold on, I got to see my Letterbox review because I'll just say it's something like I said something like best toilet scene of any movie. Who knew? Or something like that, because there is a scene where you're just like,
yeah.
I gotta say,
really
Mandy is the best toilet scene.
Mandy.
pretty good.
I do not remember the toilet scene in Mandy. I loved Mandy. Don't remember the toilet scene.
Well, he's in the bathroom and he's screaming with his pants off.
The toilet.
Yeah.
It builds up. It builds. And
Oh
builds.
man,
I'm a big Panos fan, even though I
have you seen The Viewing?
Hell yeah, dude. Come on, who do you think you're talking to? Yeah,
So
it's great.
good.
It was
He's
one of the ones.
movie guy.
It was one of the ones in the anthology. I was like, I wish this was a whole feature film. Like, what happens next? Holy shit!
I
Amazing.
didn't even watch any of the other ones. I got to go back at some point. I just watched The Viewing. That's all I was interested in.
So they're the one that the director of A Girl Walks Home at Night, Anna Lily Amirpour did. That one was really good as well.
Okay.
Very different though. Very different. They're all. It's an anthology. They're supposed to be different.
Yeah, I'll check it out at some point. I was just hyped to see The Viewing, and then I went to something else.
Yeah.
What'd you think of A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night? Did you like that?
That was fucking awesome.
The soundtrack it's one of my favorite soundtracks. It's so cool. Just
I think
put like
it's a
white
type of
lights on
vampire
there
movie.
with-
Yeah. It's a type of vampire movie I've never seen before, and that is so rare.
they call it Iranian vampire western.
Yeah.
Ooh. Female director too.
Yeah, she's
Very-
great.
Elijah Wood producing.
I'm eager to see what she gets up to next. She did another movie that was way less well received called Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon. That I actually liked that one a lot too.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it was
good.
really good.
It is good.
Let me pitch you guys a script for a movie that I've realized I will never get around to filming
Okay.
or even writing. It's just the idea. My buddy and I came up with this a million years ago. Imagine
Yeah, that's
this:
the Buddy.
werewolf
Buddy and
movie.
the Pal. Is that the movie?
We're pretty close. Werewolf movie. First 5 minutes. Maybe I'm confusing these ideas. First 5 minutes is a standard werewolf movie, except they kill it right away, and then it turns back into a human corpse, and the entire rest of the movie is them trying to hide the body because they know nobody's going to believe there's such a thing as werewolves. I don't know. I would love to see.
That's
You
good.
think
I
you're
like
seeing
that.
a werewolf movie, and you're actually seeing, I don't know, a buddy comedy about hiding the body.
Make it like an
Only-
Uncut Gems type, like high anxiety. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes like someone drives by wherever they are and like pulls over or something, and they gotta hide in the bushes.
You get to have some Weekend at Bernie's type moments, like whatever.
Absolutely.
You know?
that Hitchcock movie where there's a bomb under the desk.
Sure.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
basically. I just like the idea that only the two characters that kill a werewolf and the audience will ever.
I don't think I have
understand.
ever seen a movie quite like that. That would be interesting. Yeah. You shouldn't give it away for free on the show, though. Got to watch out.
Well, now
I
I'm
want
going
someone
do
else
that
to do
and
it.
not
I'm
credit
too
you.
lazy.
Hey, Andrea's going to go develop it right now.
Go ahead.
And
can't wait
I'm
to
going to
see it.
trademark it, copyright it.
What's the
Also,
Hitchcock
they
with
don't
a
want him-
bomb?
I don't want to be
character's
involved.
Jake. The
So I can
werewolf will
watch
be
it.
named Jake, and they're gonna die in the first 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
And then
Damn.
when they turn back into human, they're wearing a suit for some reason.
You got to be the werewolf, Jake.
It's ruthless.
You got to be. That'd be great.
Oh.
The director is actually in the movie as the corpse.
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be
You gotta
fucking
understand.
great.
That would be the best acting gig ever, by the way.
yes. First of all, yes.
Yeah.
But
That
playing
was
the
the
corpse is
director?
like a
Wow.
team job, especially if you get
that
one
the guy
line in
from
the beginning, so you
Superman
get paid
versus
the
whatever?
proper money, and then. But you have to understand, my buddy and I, as like a hobby, write werewolf movies specifically. We just pitch
Wow.
each other on
Now
werewolf.
that's a niche. Wow.
we did Double Wolf, where under the light of a full moon.
How about other
a guy
lycanthropes? Nope, just
guy
werewolves. Okay.
Yeah, no, under the light,
Werebears? Come on, get out of here.
a guy becomes 2 werewolves. Yeah.
Two-headed?
No.
What
One's
if it's like a
traditional-
binary moon system, like on
One
like
at a time.
Jupiter or something? Like what
Oh,
would
it
happen?
pops into 2 separate ones.
Yeah, one's like
Binary
an
moon
American
system?
Werewolf in London style, and
Kind
the
of a
other's
Cerebus
like
sort of thing. Yeah.
Woody Allen with like a Halloween store mask on, basically, and he's very good natured, and he's like walking around town handing out flyers, like, "Be careful, there's a double wolf out."
Okay, all right.
There's one single double.
Is this the
wolf.
same movie?
Yeah.
One of them
Okay.
should be a corpse.
Well, it's a different one. I'm just telling you, we did, what was it? This is one I actually animated, Moonshine, where
All right.
a drunk gets bitten by a werewolf, and everybody, all of his symptoms of becoming a werewolf, people keep associating with him just drinking too much. And so he's like, they make him go to Alcoholics Anonymous, and he's in there, and like
Good.
people
That's
are telling their stories, and he's like, "Yeah, I got so drunk the other night that I woke up in the woods covered in blood. There was a deer
Like,
carcass
keep coming
next to
back,
me."
man. Keep coming back. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's good. All right.
I don't know why we always write werewolf movies, but we sure do.
It's good to have a beat, I guess. I don't
All right,
know.
here's an
Yeah.
idea for a werewolf movie. All right,
pitch me.
so
I didn't come
so
prepared with werewolf. material,
45
sorry.
minutes. It's
No,
a
that's
regular
on you.
movie. There's no hint that it's a werewolf. It's called something. The only way you'd know is if like it was spoiled. There's no trailers, anything. So it's just a regular. It's like a drama. They're doing their own. That doesn't matter anyway. So then like there's a scene where they're driving home from work. It's a stressful day, and then like they're maybe going past like a park, and then like they see something in the rear view mirror. It's like and then
This is at the end of the movie.
this is like 50 minutes in, so like maybe
Okay.
halfway point. Okay, maybe an
Okay,
hour,
sure.
right? It depends. So then they see like this thing running, like the Bigfoot type situation, but it's like a blur. They don't know what's going on, so they pull over.
Mhm.
They see like something running away. They don't know what it is. It's like wearing like a costume, right? But it's a werewolf, right? So it's like, okay, well, whatever. Next day, they wake up, right? They go outside, and it's like I Am Legend. Like the fucking werewolf kills everyone. There's like just blood everywhere.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm in.
Okay.
But like the whole point is that the first half of the movie is just like totally it's out of left
Regular
field. You have
movie.
no idea it's happening.
Yeah.
This
is a
is-
different
okay.
plot.
You can do it Shaun of the Dead style and have like things happening in the background and they don't notice too, if you want to.
What I
Yeah.
don't appreciate about movies more and more is when they tell you it's this movie. Like here's my
I hate spoilers. If I could just watch a movie based on what the cover looks like and nothing else, I hate.
well, but think about
seeing
this.
synopses. I don't want to see anything.
Look at these new the newest Star Wars movies, right? With
Oh,
Daisy
God.
Ridley.
Yeah.
I
What
haven't looked
what if
I
it
haven't.
wasn't like
It's fine.
Star
It's fine,
Wars
whatever.
and then the title? What if it was just like there's a fucking movie coming out? Daisy Ridley's in
Yeah.
it.
I'm
You
like,
see
oh
the
snap! She's a
trailer,
Jedi. Yeah.
or
okay,
you
yeah,
see the
sure,
trailer
yeah.
and you're like, are those lightsabers? Was that Chewbacca? Is this
Yeah,
fucking
what's
Star
happening?
Wars? I think they and then the producers are like, no, it's. I mean, okay, yeah, but it's this movie. Please just
Yeah.
Are you
if-
familiar
the
with
way to do it.
PT?
stop being like franchise and
There's too much money on the line.
Are
No,
you
that would
familiar
never-
with PT, Matt?
physical therapy?
No, it's
Yeah,
a
part-time?
it was Hideo Kojima was making a Silent Hill game and released a demo called PT.
Oh,
But
this
no
is what
one
I'm talking
knew.
about.
Yeah, no one knew
That's
it
what I
was
mean.
Silent Hill anything.
I think
until,
that'd be
like,
pretty
get, like,
punk
a
rock
secret
if they
ending
did
or
that.
something.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. And
And divide the budget
They
by
have enough fucking money right now. And just think about if they had the guts to make a Star Wars movie without being like,
that should be your pitch. You walk into Disney, like,
go,
just to be clear, you fuckers have enough money. Great. Tell us more.
Save money on the promo budget. Like, you don't need
wearing a Mickey Mouse hat, Mickey Mouse t-shirt, Mickey Mouse backpack, Mickey Mouse mug, and be like, you fuckers have enough money.
Yeah,
let me throw this at you. The thing that hopefully these giant corporations will figure out soon is that instead of spending $100 million on one movie, they can spend $10 million per movie on 10 different movies. Give a bunch of former indie directors a crack at making an interesting little story in the Star Wars or whatever universe, or maybe just whatever. And one of those is going to get Star Wars big. One of those is going to scratch an itch we didn't know we had. Well, that
used to be how movies went. The good recent example of that, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah,
right?
That was great. Wow, that was so.
That is like happening. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I know. That's a great point, Sandy. Just also want to note it's 11:24 p.m. on the East Coast. We've been going for over an hour. If anybody wants to bail, feel free. But I'm here as long as you're here.
Is it like sleepover rules? You'll get your face drawn on if you bail.
No,
I mean, now that you've
brought that up, and go in the chat. I get out. It stays on my channel. I just go.
We just call them a piece of fucking shit. We air out their secrets. Everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
we do just.
That's why I'm always leaving last.
Andrea's giving an armed responce over here. Jesus.
We will turn on you.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
See if I care.
I just got
the ones that leave first.
I just want a movie that's like, oh shit, this is Superman, not hey, there's a Superman movie, and for 2 years we're gonna be hyping the shit out of it, and you'll get little pictures and tidbits, and we'll show you that white male American actor over and over and over and over. Just fucking make a cool movie, man.
I told this to Matt.
They don't need the money.
They did that with one of the Cloverfield sequels.
Yeah, right. And that was fucking awesome. Good point. That was great.
I desperately want to see a horror movie about a heist, and in the very end, you find out that it's a Batman movie, and the monster has been Batman.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that
Batman
be fun?
just suddenly breaks in and like fucking...
Yeah, a leathery creature from the shadows grabbing people, and you're finding them like tied up and bloody later, and you're like, and then just in the end, you get one shot of whoever the square-chinned, handsome devil we get to play as. But yeah, I want to see that. I'm hoping we get new, exciting movies soon. Sick of the Disney era.
Here's another movie question. Should
I just told you 2 new and exciting movies that are like
it's true, you did.
You did, and
I'm gonna watch Hundreds of Beavers like tonight.
Do it.
That was really
that one.
If you, I'm telling you, it is a delight.
Have you done that on movie night yet?
No, but I think we're going to, and I think I'm going to try to get the director because they seem very approachable.
Oh my god,
that would be cool.
Which is crazy. I should mention we just had Alex Cox on. We did Repo Man, Sid and Nancy.
So cool, dude.
I just watched Repo Man a couple weeks ago.
I gotta watch this.
The sequel's on the way, right?
Yeah. Well, and he's doing. He just finished a Kickstarter to do a different movie. It sounds super interesting. I forget what it's called, but he's.
I want to see.
Estevez is going to be in it.
No.
Probably not.
He
wanted someone different. He didn't want Estevez. He wanted somebody totally different. I can't remember who it was.
It's called Repo Man Beer Money, right?
Yeah, that's not the one he was fundraising for. I don't know. There was a thing with like the rights internationally versus like he didn't want to do it unless he could get the international rights too. Basically.
Did you ever see The Way, directed by Emilio Estevez, starring Martin Sheen?
I know. I heard that was pretty good though.
Yeah, it's the El Camino Trail pilgrimage, and he does it because his son dies. Okay, it was fucking great. It's like one of my favorite feel-good movies that I feel like I shouldn't like. It's great. I totally recommend that movie to everybody.
I mean, I like Martin Sheen a lot. This is going back to one of his first movies. So Badlands, I think, is first of all, it's my favorite Terrence Malick movie.
Oh yeah,
and secondly, like it's like all right, Natural Born Killers, like found dead in a ditch because it's basically
Right.
it's just Gen X version of Badlands. Like, and I say that as someone who barely qualifies as Gen X, but is Gen X. Badlands is amazing. I don't like any other Malick movie nearly as much. I like Days of Heaven, but I just like plot. I'm a plot guy.
Oh, I like A Thin Red Line a lot.
Thin Red Line's good. I liked it. I never dislike Malick's movies. I think they're beautiful.
No,
but,
I hear
like,
you though.
I'm all about Badlands is like a special place in my heart for sure.
Sandy, what's the name of the movie that your daughter is in? Did you mention it?
God.
Is
She
it
has
is
the
this
IMDb,
is it a ways out
but
now?
It's not out yet.
But it's a ways out. It's going to be a while before
I
it
don't
comes
know.
out.
They finish, but it's not on her
Oh, okay.
IMDb, and
So
I
it's
forgot the
In
name.
post.
Yeah, and I have to go back in her Facebook and
Okay.
look
Well,
for it.
I
And
just
You
wanted to
don't
make
have to feel
sure.
bad if it hasn't come
then
out.
she tells me, don't tell anybody anything and stop talking about me. And
No, I just wanted to make
Wow.
sure that we were advertising it if it was something that we could check out. But if it's going
Hold
into
up.
post production,
Yeah.
we have to.
It will be when I can share it with you guys. I
Yeah,
guess.
no, that's cool.
So one, if it's going into post production, they could still change the name. You don't have to feel
That's true.
Right,
That's true.
You don't have
right,
to feel
right.
guilty for not knowing the name yet. Two,
Yeah.
Sandy's daughter. Come here for a second. Look,
Oh boy.
Oh, we're
you're an actress.
higher side.
You're telling your mom not to talk about you're an
Yeah.
actress.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean, we
public
should all be
career.
talking about. Yeah.
You don't have a choice. You're in a
Oh, my
thing. Your
God.
name's on
If she's
on the
watching,
movie. credit.
I did send her the link because
Oh, boy.
I told her about Conan coming on.
If she doesn't watch, send her this clip where your old pal Jake
Well,
expresses
if I
consternation.
know you
It's
will make a
impossible
clip
to
out of
do
this.
this anonymously. It's like the one job you actually can't do anonymously.
Do you know how hard it is to promote a project on the internet? Yeah, exactly.
Not even promoting. I just mean you can't get away with stealthily being an actor
no.
because your face is on screen.
Yeah.
And she's a top photographer too,
All right, fair enough.
so she's
Photographer,
behind the
yeah.
camera for families and weddings.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
one you
God.
can't star in for more than
No.
one.
Mm-mm. I think she likes that better anyway.
Fun
Yeah.
That's
to
it.
shoot, though.
No, somebody asked me in the chat. My daughter is an actor, part-time hobby. She has a career job, sort of. She wouldn't say it is, and then she's a photographer. So there you go. Shout out to Dawnzy. Okay.
Where's everybody broadcasting from? Not like your geolocation, like longitude and latitude, but like rough area. I mean, Matt, I know you're South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm embedded.
Yeah.
Where's everyone else from?
I am from the southern tier of Western New York, so I'm 85 miles south of Buffalo.
Okay.
I am
Southwest, in the
within
middle of nowhere.
473 miles of one of the Great Lakes.
Ooh.
That-
So am
Oh.
I.
Rough area. Yeah. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
technically speaking, so am I, but yeah.
I'm from southeast
are.
Michigan, right on the border of Detroit, in a town called Dearborn.
Oh, yeah, I know Dearborn. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
Uh,
know Dearborn.
Have you played Dearborn? That's awesome. You could be like, I played there.
No, but I'm playing Detroit in October. for the
Cool.
God Boys record
Yo.
release. We're doing a West Coast tour in September. San Francisco, LA, San Diego,
Ooh.
Phoenix. We had to.
Cool.
We're postponing the East Coast tour that we had set up.
Come to Buffalo.
unfortunately. I played
So
Buffalo.
nice.
Not recently, but
Great
uh,
bands playing at Buffalo.
we played Peekskill actually a couple of years ago. It was actually really
Oh
good.
my
Facts of
God.
life.
I
Facts
lived
of
in
life.
Peekskill when I was like 18.
That's
my
where I
first-
finally
First dumpy apartments.
met Forrest in person at that show.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Oh.
After
Jake, you
being-
got to go see them if they do
Yeah,
Detroit.
well, I
I
was
know they're
gonna
not coming
say-
to South Carolina.
I gotta show up, and I gotta be like, just happen to be in the area with my nieces and nephews. And
Oh,
be like,
that's
oh
gotta
yeah,
be
just
good.
so happens I know this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's
But you're gonna plan it for like literally months. This is gonna be
Yes.
a meticulous plan just to
Yes.
impress the kiddos.
long game. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've played South Carolina before. It's not a long time, and it's sort of like it's the kind of thing where if we can justify doing it, then it makes sense. I mean, Christina's never seen us play. Like she's down over there. You know, she's on the show with me, so that would at some point we'll do it. I think the closest I've gotten is Athens to South Carolina. so.
Yeah, I just met
Recently.
Christina. We were both
Oh,
in
word.
Augusta, Georgia.
There you go.
for a Comic-Con.
That's right.
Yeah, well,
the
that would be
pictures.
cool. I would love to see you guys live. I have been listening. Like Wild Antics is one of my favorite songs right now.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I haven't
So
put them up
good.
yet, but we have stickers that are that just came in that are die
Nice.
cut. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I never would. I brought one with to show on air because I haven't even shown it on my show yet. But
I gotta get.
Is this
some
an
of those.
exclusive?
it's a sticker release
Wow.
exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit!
Fucking presser release ready.
Exactly.
This is insane.
Alert the media.
I can't believe we
Alert
got this.
media.
Stickernews.com.
Yeah, I was on that. I've got it now queued into my phone so I can
Fantastic.
listen to it walking around the house.
I
Yeah,
love your
I just-
aesthetic. It's so
Yeah,
much
those-
like Phenomenauts, if you know them.
Oh yeah. Yes, I do. I actually do. I actually know a couple of the people in that van. I one of their videos, I did some camera work for one of their videos, helping a friend out.
That's amazing. Well, first of
years ago, but yeah.
please pass along that Infinite Frontier is like a song I maybe listened to 4,000 times. It's just so
Wow.
good. But I just, it's good. But it is among the highest compliments that I could say you have an aesthetic like theirs.
Yeah, no, they have
Don't
a
know how else to
real
describe it.
defined, like a thing. You know it instantly when you see it, right? It's like pornography.
Yeah, but yours is sort of like an
Know
80s
that
comic book,
instantly
or maybe like a
because it pops
like
up on Twitter.
Yeah.
retro future something, you know?
Yeah, and there's usually a lot of bright colors and stuff like that because there's for what it's a rock band. It's more or less heavy music, right? And heavy music is very much like, okay, black jeans, black T-shirt. All right, great, I get it. Fun is outlawed, but I'm obviously the other way around.
Yeah.
Right. Because like when I am on stage, I wearing like the kind of thing I'm wearing now. It's very audacious. It's very
Hell yes.
a big presentation. I have matching shoes. You never see my shoes on stream. It's not that kind of stream. But like it's.
I asked that question when I interviewed him.
You did, and I actually have killer like shoes. Like for a straight cis male, I've got a pretty good shoe collection.
Is Jake wearing shoes inside?
Of course.
Apparently, yeah. Some. They didn't even look
I don't-
orthopedic or anything.
What?
I don't have
Wait,
shoes on.
Wait,
Do you have
no.
shoes?
So you're in your dwelling location, in your bedroom,
In the void, yes.
With
and
shoes
you're
on?
wearing shoes in the. Do you sleep in this room?
In case I got a boogie.
Oh wow! So he's
By the way,
with
I love
shoes
that-
on.
Mention in your dwelling location is what she
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it's like
dwelling
The Hobbit or
location.
something.
That's good. That's a tough way to say like your house. You're in your house, your apartment.
Well, I
right?
don't know if
your
it's a
dwelling
house, an
location.
apartment. I think
Could
it's
be
an
a
apartment.
yurt. What do we know? Yeah, I don't.
I'm trying to be.
It's got
you
a
know,
green screen.
It's
in
like
his
when you're
sweater.
defaulting to they them pronouns. I don't want to assume.
Oh yeah, word. Okay.
Well, it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Well, I could explain it. It's fine. What I did is I chiseled out a nook in the back of a deli.
Okay.
And they haven't figured out what I'm here yet. So,
Okay.
He's
So
in
that
the
makes sense.
freezer.
That's why you're
All
wearing
right.
the shoes
Right on.
inside in the place that you sleep.
yeah, in case Ron,
Is there
the
carpet?
deli owner, figures out I'm here.
Is it
Is
carpet?
there a
wood?
carpet? No. I don't know what you'd call this material. Genuinely,
Is
I
it,
Wow,
is it wood?
really?
Is
my
it like a
stream,
flat,
I
hard
downgraded
surface?
Apartments. It's a
Does
mix
it have any
between wood and
give?
tile.
This is a surprising amount of interrogation.
It is. I wasn't.
I mean, like, why the
Andrea-
fuck are you wearing shoes at home? I mean,
Andrea
is
will
that
just
something
keep
to
going.
interrogate?
Until you realize she's
Am
just
I-
fucking with you.
Am I wrong here? This motherfucker's wearing shoes in their home.
This man's
I'm not the
wearing
crazy
shoes
one.
inside. You gotta
I'm
keep
not
it going.
crazy.
Andrea
not
gave him
crazy.
shit for wearing a belt at home. Like
Wow.
he's wearing a tie and jacket at home. That's what you should be
Well,
like.
I mean, we
really
can just,
unwind.
That's out of the way. I've dealt with
Yeah,
that
it's
already. I've processed
also
that trauma.
at the
That's
gym.
done.
It's
But the
business above the
shoes-
belt. Party below the
And
belt.
hiking in nature.
Fucking shoes? Are you getting? Is this?
Let's see your shoes.
This is wow. There,
Oh,
Like,
okay.
why?
Now look
Why?
at
I have the
those.
same color shoes, by the way. Like, it's
You
the
don't
same-
have to do anything, Jake. You don't have to do
Yeah, Jake.
what is requested.
We're
Oh,
abusing Jake.
telling me
Don't
Okay,
give me the
actually, you
secret.
do.
Show
You
off-
need to take the shoes off. That's what you need to do.
Buddy-head.
Look, you're asking me to show off items of clothing. I'm delighted to.
This is some show. What is happening right now? Jesus.
I know.
What's happening? Someone is
We're
wearing
very
shoes
Anything.
indoors. That's what's fucking happening.
Anything.
I'm not
What do you
is
the
what's
crazy one.
happening?
What are you with
All
the
right, I'll-
footwear secret
but I-
police? Like, I mean,
Yes.
what does it matter?
I gotta take them off. It's fine.
Yes, well, it gives Americans a bad name, first of all. And
Shoes?
This is
Shoes give
like,
Americans a
why-
bad name.
Why? Oh, okay. Well, this is actually better, I think, because like those
Jake,
shoes
really?
you're not gonna walk on the sidewalk with, right? Like,
I
you're
mean,
not
if
gonna walk
you were kind of
through-
call out like Birkenstocks or something specific, flip flops, all right, fine, there's a case. But like shoes in general,
There was one time.
Like it's fine if you wear if you have a specific house shoe. That's one. Okay, like if you like you take your shoes off.
Oh,
and
you want me to wear my
put-
house shoes, my separate house shoes? Okay.
right? So you're
Oh,
class shaming him now. Great.
Well, no, it's just that like you go outside, you step in dog shit, and then you come
Uh-huh.
inside, and then you step on your like linoleum.
Linoleum.
floor. I'm drunk. Give me a break.
No.
Linoleum.
Not
No.
everyone is stepping in dog shit every time they go out.
I-
That's
how
actually
often-
pretty
yeah.
rare.
Do you just not look where you're walking a lot? I don't see. Is that common? I
I'm
don't
not the
understand.
crazy one. Just to be clear, I am not crazy.
And you're
No,
also
you're just obsessed
assuming-
with who is or isn't wearing shoes. That's
You're
that's
also
not crazy.
assuming
Why
It's
are
just
you
a
wearing
predilection.
shoes indoors?
I
Hold on, you
don't
sound like
buy-
you're
Make
right
America
now. Like,
great.
I buy shoe. You're assuming that I
talking
don't
like
buy
someone who wears
shoes
shoes
two
indoors
pairs at a
in their
time
house.
for an outside
pairs.
and inside pair.
Mr. Rogers style. I get it.
Right, yeah,
Jake,
yeah.
I have to
I-
tell
meet
you,
those
Jake,
guys that like you have to
I
go in their
have
house with the
inside
bags on your
shoes,
feet.
and I wear them in the house. Just
Thank you.
not sitting here in this room.
Thank you, Sandy.
I wear shoes all the time. I have
But like the
cats.
same shoes you go outside
And-
with?
No. I
Okay.
will tell you why. Because where I live, I could bring
Step it
in
in dog
any
shit.
number of things. Not dog shit.
I'm barefoot.
Bunny shit.
What
All
kind
the
of
time.
dogs do you have around you? Like, why are they shitting everywhere?
I am also barefoot. I just
Why
to be
isn't
clear-
someone cleaning up after them? Like, do we need an intervention?
No,
I'll send
because
help.
We're trying to save plastic bags from the app. So
That's
no more
why, that's
plastic
why.
bags for dog shit. That was
Isn't
the
all that
stupidest
dog
thing
shit
I ever came up
accumulating bad for the ozone, though?
The
No.
dog shit
Well,
bags
like
I
the
have are
shit.
biodegradable.
It's
It's definitely bad for the shoes. That's.
I mean, that's a big
All
thing
right.
about the cattle industry, right?
But, like
Is
you're
there-
stepping on bugs.
Yeah,
there's, like, dead
methane.
bug carcasses
That's
like
from their birth.
that you're tracking into your house that you live in.
Where are you
Okay.
walking? Are
Yeah,
you in?
paranoid. Totally paranoid.
Are you in?
We're-
What is it? Temple of Doom? Like where?
I
Like,
mean,
where are you?
I walk through nature sometimes, you know.
On like large
Nature.
streams of
You mean
bugs.
going outside.
You've never stepped on a bug before. Give me a
I,
fucking
that's
break.
look. I'm not the subject of this inquiry. It's you. So where are the?
No,
like,
no, it's Jake. It's Jake.
You're
It's
constantly stepping on bugs
Moved.
and dog shit. Both.
Yes, very
All
frequently.
right.
I was on shrooms once and I stepped on. my
Ah, well,
dog's
there you
poop,
go.
And
Okay,
I'm
all
permanently
right.
traumatized. As a
There you go.
result, I felt it go between my toes. It was
The
worst.
prosecution rests. We got it. All right.
It's permanent.
I am
Permanent
barefoot
mushroom-
year round
permanent mushroom
because
state.
it's so.
Your
mild.
Honor, if the shoe fits, you must acquit.
It's This is okay.
You're my
I-
lawyer now, Conan.
I do just need to point out
Hired.
though
Yes.
about Jake's suit and tie. One time, he
Mhm.
and I were meeting at like I think it was like Sunday 11:30. We were gonna do a quick Zoom, and I was or one of these, not Zoom, but I was waiting for him to come on. It was just not on air. It was off air, and I was going. I bet this fucker wears a tie and a jacket, right? This is like by all rights should be ready for bed, right? And he jumps on tie and jacket, and I was like, "Did you just throw that on for this?" And he's like, "No, I always wear this." It's like, okay,
You motherfuckers thought I was wearing this for you? No, I'm fantastic all the time.
that's
There you go.
awesome.
Respect, my
that's what
man.
I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna own it,
I have a question for Jake. In your new intro, the dude
Oh, yeah.
dancing, you know, is that you? Did you film
Yes.
yourself?
Yeah.
That's your own. I love it.
That's
your
me
own-
desperately
you know,
trying to justify.
no,
all right,
it's
let me
great.
let me let you all in on some.
he's
some
leaning
Howard
in. Watch
Rock
out.
His overlays in his intro were. I love it.
Gotta put the hand on the
Well,
microphone.
thank you.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm just a caveman.
I'm going to try that.
I hope you do. I can show you how to make that studio, but that is me desperately trying to justify buying drunkenly, I think, I don't remember anymore, a pink suit. And ironically, the only effect I cannot get to work is the pink suit effect. I could have done all of that with just this.
See, if only you'd use practical effects.
It kind of was. Can
we point out Matt's Buddy Head ringer tee? Because Buddy Head, Travis is an old friend of mine. Actually, I saw him in L.A. when we played in L.A. Cool.
Buddy Head. Yeah. That's my cat's name. Buddy Head.
Wait. Buddy Head.
I love
is
this shirt.
Buddy
Head. The gossip site / lifestyle
Buddy
brand
Head.
from the mid 2000s.
Very cool. All right.
Buddy Head.
Thank you.
I'm cool. Okay.
You're welcome.
He's cool guy.
Everyone else's apparel is being commented on. Why not bringing him? You know,
yours is
my
great.
apparel has not been commented on.
I busted your chops about shoes for maybe 20 minutes.
I'm not wearing shoes. That's not my apparel.
Your lack thereof. Exactly.
I would never be caught fucking dead wearing shoes in the goddamn house.
That's right. Because
we got a footnote here.
Because you would be shoe shamed immediately.
Exactly. I wouldn't survive. I mean, whatever
she'd have to Lysol them until
would
they
be less dangerous than
the amount of stuff you're stepping on. I get it. She's like,
she's got.
What if you stepped on a loose slice of pizza? I don't know. Does a human being do that?
Before.
There you go. Again, the prosecution rests. You made my case for me.
What if you were in Andrea's town and to visit her, and you were like, "Oh my God, there really is dog shit like everywhere. What the fuck is going on?"
This is lines of insects just waiting to get stepped on.
I mean, okay, first of all,
that's
maybe
my
not
play.
of all. This idea that stepping on a bug is somehow like a unique experience that only I've dealt with. Like,
you implied there were multiple bugs, and then
yes,
I extended that.
A lot of the bugs you don't
There
see them. You
are
don't see the
multiple
bugs unless you're like mega autistic, which I am. So I'm always looking at the ground when I walk. Right. So unless you don't see the bugs, if you're walking forward, you're just stepping on them. Squish, squish. Get some larvae in the little crevices in your shoe. I'm not fucking with that.
You could never handle being where I live. You could.
I couldn't.
Never.
I mean, I would just close the door. I would take
her.
my shoes off outside.
If it was me, I would simply close the door. Yes.
Exactly.
I'm built different, though. I guess.
That's exactly right.
Max would like visiting here.
If I could, I would have like a Mega Man style airlock to enter my house. Like you go in, you disrobe, you get like a shower, and then you enter the house.
Oh, like at a nuclear power plant.
Absolutely, yeah.
I dated a guy who used to have to do that.
It's got to be called Conan Neutron, Attorney at Law. It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, I'm telling you, if you've
after
never
his name.
stepped on a bug before, you are a liar. I'm telling you, you're bringing the dead carcasses of bugs.
I
and
am. I have fucking
and
cats.
spider eggs and fucking centipedes.
Spider eggs. Again, do you live in an actual cave? What are you stepping in spider eggs
I live
for?
very close
Genuinely,
to
I have
a
questions.
forested area. There's lots of bugs around.
Yeah, me too. But
Is
there
it
is an
the
insect apocalypse, and you all know there is. There really seriously is an insect apocalypse.
I mean, where I live, it's a little overwhelming the amount of insects down here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the Australian
Why did you
outback.
bring that shit into your
were
house?
Talking about that.
Close your window.
The insects that like
Utilizing frogs. Amazing.
Great.
What a
down to have
sentence.
But he does.
That does
He
sound
does.
awesome to have frogs running
We
around.
have frogs,
But he
which is why we have
does that.
snakes.
Prairie Fire has utilized frogs as a defense.
I have a lot of snakes here too. Snakes, and God, I like them though. They don't bother me. I know they're eating the stupid mice that are going to try to get build nests in the truck in my.
See, you get the mice to eat the bugs, and then you get the snake to eat the mice, and the next thing you know, you got a kangaroo problem.
Yeah,
Owls
there
and
you go.
damn it.
Natural selection.
We got armadillos, fox, turtles.
What do you want? We got it, kid.
Frogs.
We got them all.
snakes,
They're all shitting, every one of them.
bats. We got
Right in
birds.
front of it.
No, okay, think about this. What is dirt?
I know it don't hurt.
Oh.
That's the
Dirt
rumor on the
is
street.
decomposed matter over very many years. You make dirt with compost.
It's erosion
Yeah, but
from
why-
rocks.
Why is
Next
dirt
question.
that color?
That's good.
Think about it.
Have
Dirt is many colors, Andrea.
It's all colors,
like-
which is to say,
I'm
It's
trying
not
to prove a
just
point
shit.
here.
That's like
It looks
last
like
week when I said, "Can you recall taste, or do you just think you can recall taste?"
Oh my
Mm,
God,
mm.
this again. Inside my head.
Yeah,
And
Let
recalling
me ask you this: Does the
chocolate ice
past exist?
Mm.
He always does this when we're the most tired.
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna say, knowledge is
putting
knowing that
causality itself on trial, like what, an hour and 45 minutes into the stream.
knowledge.
I'll say this: there's
Knowledge-
evidence of it in the present. So that my answer is sincerely yes. I think the past.
I
does
disagree.
exist.
We all got beamed here
Psycho.
just now, and now we're gone.
I'm just gonna
with
say-
Why
you
they beam
for
me
the
middle
present.
aged? You
Live
people
for
that
the
created this
present.
moment.
Well,
Knowledge is knowing that tomatoes are fruit, but wisdom is understanding that they do not belong in fruit salad. Okay.
They're
There
a
you
fruit,
go.
That's
a
not
fruit on the
true.
vine, and they're a
That's
vegetable
not
off the
true.
vine.
that's not
Right.
true.
Hey.
No. Tomatoes belong.
I
in
don't know
any
what the
salad.
fuck kind of
Tomatoes
tomato
are
fruit
fucking
salad you're
amazing.
having, Andrea,
you're
but
put-
it's
I've
no
had-
She's
longer
probably
fruit
stepping
salad.
on them based on her earlier
I
criteria.
on tomatoes, and they feel really good under your toes. Let me
I
tell
just
you. Okay?
picked about 30 today.
That's
That sounds
great.
lovely.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
Andrea's coming over to step on them.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
tomatoes
before
in a
I-
fruit salad?
cook
What the
them up.
fuck? Are you stupid? Like, they taste amazing. It's a juxtaposition piece. You know, all the other fruits are usually a much sweeter, and then you get that one. It's a little acidy. You know.
My wife is
That's
growing
therapy.
tomatoes that are like just really, 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 really
Little
tiny.
Tiny
Have
Tim-
you ever heard of those? It's
Tiny
amazing.
Tims. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I guess so.
grew. I got Tiny Tims, and I got all kinds of different ones this year.
She has
Did
Did that
hot
name
peppers
exist
that size,
before
too.
the singer, or is that named in honor of the
Yeah.
singer?
I hope in
Tiny
honor of. That'd be
Tim.
lovely.
That would-
I like
yeah.
Tiny
Very
Tim, man.
fire.
Tiny Tim's
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bugs,
Bugs
frogs,
are less than
snakes,
frogs,
badgers,
snakes,
mountain
badgers,
lion,
Yeah.
prairie
There you
fire.
go. There you go.
Coyotes.
There you
That's
go.
good.
Yeah,
That is.
Oh, I love
Hey Matt,
good,
do you
man.
have coyotes by your house?
No, but I did in Colorado. You'd be like, on a break from work, just walking on like a bike path. Coyote. It was
Yeah.
wild.
Just sitting
Yeah.
there painting a highway sign for the Roadrunner. Yeah.
Listen, they're so loud. I record them, so I'll be able to use them in a video. They are so loud. I go
Yeah.
outside and I record. They're singing.
Are you
It's just amazing.
compensating them for that? That's their intellectual property.
No, but YouTube hasn't given me a copyright on it.
We got bunnies that are in the backyard.
got those.
Bunnies.
And
I-
if we have any fruit that like kind of gets like, oh no, that's kind of like not so great to eat, I'll throw it out for the bunnies. There's a little family of them.
We
Right,
are
okay,
in
so
a
it's not so great
situation.
as in poisonous. So you're just
I
throwing
love
a
my-
bunch of poison to kill the
No,
rabbits. Is that?
No, he's probably not. I throw.
What am I throwing? Poison? What are you talking about?
I mean, they're not so great.
Doggy.
Why are you throwing fruit that's not so great?
No, I'm saying
Hey,
like
moldy
when it gets
fruit.
kind of not like moldy. Come on, what do they look like?
You look like Conan Neutron.
I was gonna say Glenn Campbell would be a perfectly acceptable answer, but
Glenn
no,
Campbell.
like we know when they get like like the berries get like slightly mushy, where it's like that's not so great to eat.
They're fine. But they're
yeah,
turning
it's
into
fine.
wine. Andrea,
Bunnies-
they're turning into wine, and he's getting the bunnies drunk.
Sure. The bunnies like them. There's a whole family of them. Like
That's
it's a
cute.
whole. It's a thing we do. We
There's
celebrate it
fucking-
more and more.
There's bunnies that go in my backyard, and sometimes when Max the dog gets out there in the morning, he sees one.
Uh-huh.
He goes fucking crazy, and then they go like
yeah.
underneath the fence, and they run the fuck away to the neighborhood. Or
They
it's
get
insane.
scared.
This
Yeah,
dog goes fucking crazy. He starts woofing at him sometimes.
The cats like post up in the kitchen and just like look
Watch.
like out the window,
Yeah.
like they're like I see him. There they are.
That's hilarious when cats see the and they're not allowed out there, but they're
Yeah.
watching the animals
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, I love when they do that. When they like chitter, it's so cute.
Yeah. The chattering. First time I saw that, I was like, what is that noise?
Like, are you okay?
and the cat
That's
looks at you
their
like what?
version of us going. "Psst, psst, 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 psst."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm gonna fucking go out there and serve you a pizza.
But mine don't go out, and they've already come. They've resigned themselves to the fact that they will never do that because they are not going to get ticks. They're horrible.
No, but we really are in a
Ticks.
situation where,
Especially if you step on them, I hear.
Oh,
my-
stepping on a tick is terrible.
Oh.
Sometimes they can survive and in the shoe crevice. You walk
Ugh.
in with your shoes, they sneak out, and then they crawl
I
up your
do.
ankles.
Andrea,
You're done for.
you would
Jake,
be
your
proud of
clock is
me.
Ticking. You are a fucking. You're in Tick City right now. I think. Right. It's
No,
over for you.
See, Andrea would
Population U.
I do often get Lyme disease.
I have what?
No.
I've been trying to cut down on the Lyme disease lately.
Yeah.
I prefer lemon disease.
It's a horrible habit.
We have these.
No. Why is this on
What the-
screen?
They are
What is
wild.
that?
Is that an
They are
ant or a
wild.
spider?
It's a velvet
sending
ant.
it.
It's also known as a cow killer.
That is incredible.
Get
A
That
velvet
thing
ant?
will put you if you step on. So if you try and kill them, they have a really hard exterior, and like you could just sit there like throwing cement bricks on them, and they do not die. It's amazing.
Oh,
but if
what?
they
I've
bite
never
you,
seen them
you're
here.
going down.
Never seen
What?
them.
As in
I'm telling you,
dead
I feel like I
or-
live in the Australian outback sometimes. We got the weird. If I went outside right now, it would be like terrifying.
Like, would they kill you, or is it just like you just passing out?
Pain threshold.
That's-
The
Okay.
pain intensity is. I forget the scale. It's named after the guy that came up with the scale, but it's at the top. They call him cow
Johnny
killer,
Bitchmate, I believe.
but it
Too
will
lame.
put you down.
What,
But
they,
I live
they
in a-
bite? What are they? What are they doing?
Yeah,
it's
they
causing this
bite.
much pain.
They bite you.
Do they mock you mercilessly? Bring up
Yeah.
stuff from
The-
high school.
The way you can find where they are is the male fly, and they fly real
Uh-huh.
low to the ground looking for the female. So if you
They're
see a
hideous.
concentration of them, it's over there. And what
Yeah.
they do is they find like an
Big thing,
existing wasp hut or something like
The wasp hut. Yeah.
no, what do they call them? Like mud
It's a great
huts
chain.
or something, but or like an anthill, and
Sure.
they kick everyone out and take over, or actually
Holy-
everyone just kind of leaves.
Oh,
when
man.
they show
Yeah,
up.
they don't want to deal with
They're
those fucking guys. They're called the
scary.
cow killers. I'm just a little. I'm a regular ant. I can't fucking stand a chance.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love
They're
the status
huge.
report
They are
from the ants who have to break it to the queen that they're going to scram? Like, yeah, we just saw these guys that are coming in. They killed a cow. You know that Godzilla looking thing?
They're no
my
joke.
God.
Yeah.
We're
Oh
not.
my
It's
God.
not going to happen.
You're
yeah,
not the
sorry.
queen of this castle anymore. I got bad
Yeah.
news.
Yeah.
We have anthills that are like 4 feet in diameter.
That's far
Holy
too
sh-
big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've
It's
talked about that.
Incredible.
Holy shit! And
That's
I
not good
visually-
at all.
It's
No, that's
terrifying.
it's what, but that's their habitat. You know?
There'll be like a field of like 10 of the biggest anthills you've ever seen, with like 100 half the size, and you just got to think, what's that like underground, right? Because it's all that's just
Have you
like
ever
the tip of
seen-
the iceberg, literally.
Incredible.
Have you ever seen the art that they do? And they
Wow.
usually do this with like abandoned anthills or whatnot. But you pour wax or plastic or metal or whatever
Wow.
into the hill, and it goes out to all the different tunnels and whatever. And then you dig it out, and you have this like crazy like
Oh, yeah.
sculpture.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
Like,
yeah.
I forget. There's a
I've
there's a
done
type.
that.
There's a word for that art. I can't think of what it is, but it's really
Okay.
incredible.
I'm gonna look.
Who
it up.
figures
That's
that
cool.
stuff out?
It's
I don't
amazing.
know.
These people are so incredible.
I saw a team of
Ants.
scientists doing it with
So-
concrete once,
Art.
and the end result.
I thought you were going to say
mean,
in
they-
the woods with
they-
flashlights.
Art.
I mean, the reason I saw it is because they were like, "This is a scientific study. We want to see
Yeah,
what
we
this
wanna
looks
see what it
like,"
looks
and they
like,
used
yeah.
concrete, and it was fascinating. They're so
Yeah.
big.
Because you see how and like there's like the main thoroughfares and there's little like offshoots and courts, I guess you would call them,
Yeah.
like whatever. And
gonna
yeah, the
send
whole
you a
thing looks
picture.
insane. It looks like one of those the balls that have the tendrils almost kind of thing. Like it's a real interesting
Yeah,
way of
they're
looking at
underground
it.
I'm
cities.
putting it in because I just got a picture of a bunch of scientists that are looking. They put the concrete in, and they're mad. It's in the Discord, and it's insane. That's inside.
It's right after they made a robot that runs off blood. Yeah,
Oh my
exactly. But-
God.
Holy man, why are we doing this?
Don't call me out like that.
Animals?
Vampire robots? Why?
Great. What
Oh.
could go wrong? You guys have never seen a horror movie, huh? Okay.
It's one of those things where it's like when something goes wrong, you know these
Yeah.
assholes are gonna be like, "We had no idea this would happen."
Yeah, like when they built that exact like killer robot dog thing that's in that
Yeah.
Black Mirror episode, it's like, I'm sorry, like did I guess you
These
skipped
are
that series?
amazing.
What was the non-sinister purpose of this?
Exactly. Amazing.
What were you picturing other than exactly what
Yeah.
happened?
It's a mechanized organism designed only for killing. I call it MODOK. All right, great.
Modoc.
Nice X-Men reference.
Nosferatu over here is killing people, and it's not even Nosferatu's fault. It's your fault, scientists.
Isn't there a new one of those movies coming out?
What?
I think there is.
Nosferatu.
Well, Nosferatu.
Actually, there is a Robert Eggers is doing Nosferatu.
That's it.
Right?
Are you a Zayler fan? S. Craig Zayler?
It's 5, I think.
X Craig Zayler. Who was that? Is that a writer?
Yeah. Bone
Probably not if I don't know what it is. Dragged Over Concrete and all that. Yeah.
Is that 6?
So was that Cell Block 44 or whatever? That was a...
Yeah, I haven't seen all of those movies. I mean, whatever, it's fun. Yeah, I mean, people get mad at it because dude's a right-winger, right? I guess. I don't know.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but if you don't know that, then it doesn't taint your knowledge.
Well, now I know it.
Well, now you know, so I've forever tainted. Sorry.
Is that 8?
Bone Tomahawk is crazy.
Shit.
That's 7 or 8 mugs. I lost count.
You can have whatever politics you want, but behind the scenes.
Yeah, does
I'm
the art
interested
suck
in the art.
or is the art great?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, it's these people that wear their politics on their movie that I just can't.
Or
you know, I'm
so boring.
At that point, the only thing that changes for me is like, all right, if it's a political statement you're making in the movie, then it's do I agree with the political statement? But if it's unrelated to politics and you're making art, then all right, whatever, do what you want in your free time.
Interestingly enough, I heard this is also Prairie Fire Kowalski's the name of his autobiography.
We need a new Children.
We need a new Children.
Yeah, I love that he's a farmer. I mean, it's like that's cool.
Didn't they make like 7 of those movies? Like, I feel like there only need to be one. By the way,
I saw the first one, and then I saw that there's a shitload of sequels. I think, but
I love the new one or the original one. The new one. I don't even. Is there a new one? I think that was his point that there isn't. But I love the original.
I'll do the unpopular opinion and say I'm glad that they keep trying to franchise it, simply because I always like seeing when we've like. I love the idea of giving opportunities to child actors to be terrifying. You know, we get so many Hallmark movies. I like a franchise where child actors get to be like, "Hey, I'm really good at looking like a young Jason Voorhees."
What is the one the kid? Oh, it's so good.
I love like the
Cujo.
horror movie franchises that go on way too long.
You love that.
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Oh,
like Wrong Turn.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Wrong Turn sequels?
No.
I like things that don't suck.
Premium. I'm telling you, Wrong Turn 4, you're in for a good time. Wrong Turn 4, let me tell
They
you.
keep making wrong turns. I don't know why they keep making this mistake.
Eventually, you'd think.
Why don't you take the right one?
The fourth wrong turn should theoretically get you back in the right direction, right?
Right, exactly.
But somehow,
is it the same Wrong Turn?
2021 hiking the Appalachian Trail.
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
Wrong Turn 4. Actually, the right
Alright.
turn at this
There's
point.
a few.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
the
get
movie's
a
just
list
like
of them so I don't forget them. And
Just they're having a pleasant drive.
Vacation advertisement. Yeah.
Right,
This is
exactly.
90 minutes of like a solid vacation, not the best, but like it's nice, nice.
Like Wrong Turn 5, I think also like turns into like a sci-fi movie, and it's so ridiculous. Oh my god!
So there are nine Children of the Corn movies in the original series. Then a remake in 2009 and a reboot in 2020, I guess.
That's why I'm saying Kowalski is on one when he's like, we need a new one. Let's go. Number 10. Number 10.
Can I say that
Who lives amongst the corn?
The 6th one is Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Return.
Okay, that's good. That's
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Same actor?
666.
Man, that was a creepy kid.
Yeah, he must be like 65 now.
Do you know what
cornier.
Every now and then I read about what happened to the guy that played Alfalfa in Little Rascals, talking about like iconic
I think
kids.
He's dead. I'm sure. I
That
think
was
he died at Spain.
Oh,
yeah,
but I mean,
Did he get like stabbed or something?
Alfalfa.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
he may have. He was arrested for picking. He was selling Christmas trees, and he was like grabbing them from like outside. He lived in a cabin. He was grabbing them from like just the wilderness
He
in
was
like a
shot
national
to
park.
death.
Stealing Christmas trees.
He was shot to death in
He was shot to death. That was right.
1959
Yeah.
in an argument over a $50 debt owed to him by his former partner in the big game hunting business.
Huh.
At least
Yeah.
he had a
It
very
was-
interesting life. Give him that.
Ooh,
He was in
big game hunting
It's a
business.
Wonderful Life.
Damn.
And then
Alfalfa.
basically
What was his name?
Cat.
I forget.
Oh, I just
yeah,
took-
that's
I
why.
just-
Okay,
I
so this was my
got
point:
rid
is
of
I'll occasionally read about the guy
All right, here's
because
his name.
I'm like, wait, did I read that right? And then I'll look it
Carl-
up again, and
Carl
it's just too
Switzer.
much.
Switzer.
Yeah, that's
Carl
right. It's just
Switzer.
too much to believe. I just can't.
Yep.
Oh
Interesting
gosh,
shit.
Marty,
Someone in the chat asked about the Saw films. Oh, there
Marty,
you go.
what are you
I
doing?
love the Saw films.
Yeah,
I
like
love
them.
the Saw
What are you
films. You
doing?
got Saw 1 masterpiece.
I've
give me a
watched
break.
them.
You got
Andrea.
Saw 2 really fucking good. Saw 3 somehow they did it again.
Yeah.
Saw 3 is really fucking good. Then you got 4, 5, and 6. And then 4, 5, and 6. But Saw 6 is woke as fuck because they're killing health insurance executives. Like they're just like killing them all. Fuck the health insurance companies.
Right.
I'm in. Then you got Saw 7.
satisfying.
You know, I forget that. That was the okay, Saw 7. Then you have Saw 8, which is just, what was it? I don't even remember Saw. But then you have the Chris Rock one, which fuck that one. But then Saw X
prequel.
is insane. Saw X was actually like the best movie of all of them. I have never seen any franchise have the 10th movie be like the best one. I don't know. If you haven't seen Saw
You still
X,
haven't.
No.
That movie
Well,
sucks.
that's true. No. Saw is better than Saw X. I put Saw. You said Saw X sucks? You've seen Saw X?
Which one did you make me watch?
I told you to watch Saw 6, the one where they kill the health insurance guys.
Yeah.
No,
that was
Saw
terrible.
X is amazing.
That was
no, shut.
terrible.
No. You first of all, big fat L. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Second of all, Saw X, which is a different.
It's
movie.
not the
good
first time I've
try.
watched a movie.
You gotta
Okay.
watch Saw X.
And-
I'm telling you, it's Saw X is phenomenal. It's a 10 out of 10 horror sequel. Never seen a better sequel than Saw X. Let me tell you.
She's telling us.
I didn't like
Let
the
me
first
tell
one.
you.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
also didn't care for
So,
Nah, Saw
are
one's
you
great.
fans of the Saw series? No.
I love Saw.
That would be
1.
my answer.
If you're telling
I
me
am
Saw
not.
1's a bad
I'm
movie, then
not a
you're just
fan.
dumb. Saw 1 is great. It's
I didn't
shit.
say it was a bad
Saw-
movie. I said I wasn't a fan. I answered the question.
Same.
Andrea.
Nah,
I never
right there
saw
with
it.
you,
To be
brother.
clear, if you're not a fan, that's fine. But I'm not going to listen to anyone.
I don't like that genre of horror movie. I think it's lazy
Yeah,
and I think it's boring.
torture porn.
Frankly.
Yeah.
What's the genre?
The torture porn
Torture
genre,
porn.
of which
Well,
the
I-
Saw series is probably the best. But
It's
I mean,
definitive. yeah.
I-
The first
watched-
movie is not torture porn, though.
Yeah.
what is it? A romantic
Yeah.
comedy? What do you think it is? Come on.
It's just it's a horror film. It's more of a psychological thriller. There's really no torturing. I mean, some of the
All right.
flashback scenes. maybe.
Whatever it is, I don't like it, kid.
It's
That's all I
plot
gotta
driven.
say.
That's the thing about the Saw films is it's plot driven, non-linear storytelling. You love non-linear storytelling in Memento. You'll love it in the Saw films. You know what I mean? Like, give me a break here.
Except for I didn't. So
Scary movie spoof series.
Didn't they bring
I
it back?
would love.
did it ever
For
go
people.
away? There's like 1,000 of those movies, aren't there? I mean, they're making one right now.
I will say
Probably.
I do love those Zucker brother and Zucker brother inspired comedies. I want an infinite amount of those. I don't care how many bad ones
Comedies.
we churn
I
out if we
know.
occasionally
They're,
get a
they're,
gem.
they're
know.
mostly bad, but every once
They're
in a while.
mostly bad, but occasionally
man.
you get gems. And
Even
Even a
Andrew's
blind
burner
chicken finds a
account
kernel
here.
of corn now again.
Shout outs to Marty in the chat. Moderator Marty.
That one.
That
We're on
is
the same
obviously Andrea's burner
blind-
account.
Hi, Marty. Thank you.
I
Marty,
mean, a
for
ton of people like those
Andrea.
movies, right? They have to. People keep watching them, so they keep making them.
The
I
only
think everybody-
consensus is that the Chris Rock one fucking sucks.
Not everybody can agree on that.
Oh
yeah.
my god, that one
Andrea,
was so
you would like
horrible.
Wolf Creek.
Right.
That
you know
sounds
Wolf
good.
Creek?
Oh,
the series,
no.
Australian horror.
I'll check it out.
You would
I
dig
just watched
those.
one the other night on Netflix that was up.
They got a new one is
Kidnapped.
going to be out any day now. So
Might
the
be
fourth one. I
based
think.
off a true story.
What's the best horror movie?
Sort
Stephen
of
K is asking.
based off.
Oh my god! I mean,
Watch
Halloween, the
The
original,
best horror
maybe.
movie right now is watching Donald Trump in anything.
Ah, there
That's
you
a good
go.
one.
There
That's
you
a good
go.
one.
You know what's really scary? If the Republicans win it, yeah, we get it. Every fundraising email
All right.
ever.
Best
Yeah, we
horror
get it.
movie candidate.
Scooby
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Best horror movie.
Okay.
I will earnestly answer that question. I would go with the original Halloween.
I got
Ooh,
something
okay.
for you guys. Oh, that.
I would
was,
say Halloween's top 5. I don't know if I would say it's the best.
You
I like
would?
Nightmare on Elm Street more than
Like, because
wouldn't
what do you
say
say
Nightmare.
genre-wise? What do you even? Nightmare on Elm Street's amazing, but like I think Halloween is devastatingly effective at everything it does, and I say that as not really a fan of any of the sequels and only a couple of the remakes.
I'm gonna say Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead's amazing. But
That
is it a
to
horror
me is
movie?
Like,
Last House
yeah.
on the Left.
I guess so.
Scared me.
Ooh.
That's good. But if you're talking about like a one-shot, one-kill, so to speak, like what is the best horror movie? First of all, like that's crazy because there's so many of them. It's like how do you
going
define a
Jaws.
genre, right?
Oops.
Sure, Jaws is amazing. Is it a
Wait,
horror
the
movie?
afraid-
I guess so.
Yes. It relies. All right. I think it's a horror movie if it relies on
The slasher.
feelings of fear in the audience.
Barbara.
Can I say I adore Night of the Living Dead, but I like Dawn of the Dead better personally. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies of all time. The original,
Dawn of
like
the
I
Dead's
can't believe
really
I have to
good?
say that, but yeah, the original. Although I don't despise the Snyder movie, it's just I despise that they call it Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I'm with
I
you.
hate when they do that with the same exact, like just put like colon some reborn
Yeah,
or some cringe,
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead reborn. It's dead people. How are they reborn? But who cares? Yeah, I still a better title. I mean,
Dawn
I
of
would
the
go
Dead.
like I
Again.
think The Shining.
I'm with you, I'm
is
with you.
another example of the best horror film of all
Shining.
time.
Shining's
That's
amazing.
good. That's
Shining's
good. Very
That's
good.
That's a good response.
Very, very good.
Hmm.
That is a good one.
What's the
Yeah,
best
I-
horror film of the
already know what
21st
you're talking about,
century?
Sandy.
Yeah.
Best horror film of the 21st century. Now that's a good question. Oh, you know what?
Hereditary?
I know-
Yeah. It's a good
Ah.
That
I
movie
did not
messes
care
me
for.
up.
I did not care for Hereditary. I saw it in theaters. I haven't seen it
Really?
again. I thought it was overrated. I thought Babadook was better.
I'm going to throw this at you. Nope.
Nope
I
is
re-
good.
I like Nope.
I
Nope is
saw
great.
that,
really
and then
good.
I
I saw
immediately rewatched it, and then I immediately rewatched it again. I felt it was that good.
We
It's
covered
really, really
Nope,
good.
and we expected it to be this is gonna be a wild popular episode, and I feel like most people just didn't see it. Like
Oh.
I was very
travesty.
disappointed.
Nope
I
is
liked
tremendous. Nope.
Get Out, if you can say that a horror movie, I think Get Out's amazing.
Let me
yeah.
say,
Get Out. I like the ending of Get Out better than.
yeah,
Get Out.
same. Like Get Out is one of those things where I watched the whole movie for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like Jordan Peele got into his stride a little bit more by the time he did Nope. And the
They're
mark
very
of
different movies, though. I mean, it's basically,
yeah, but they're all Jordan Peele movies. So like by the point
I
he-
feel like he's doing anthology.
I think he is, but he's also becoming a better filmmaker as he goes. And
I agree with that.
In my mind, the mark of a good horror movie is if you are thinking about it days later. I could not swim in my grandpa's pool after the first time I watched Jaws. His
That's
enclosed pool, I could not swim.
Ringu.
I did, but I was like, oh, I got to check for sharks. I know, but I have to check.
I remember
For
that
me-
was one of those first.
I'll be walking my dogs, and if I hear
Yeah.
like a shriek of joy or whatever, I'll glance up at the sky, even though I know it's just a fake movie. There's nothing there.
Right.
I saw
It's
Jaws
a real
3D
movie.
in the theater.
It's not a fake movie. It's
3D.
real.
You're right. I know it's a fake creature from a
Looking at
movie.
you.
got his ass.
You got me.
All right.
I know it's a fake thing from a movie, but I
so
still
if we're
like,
talking about from the 2000s on, right? 28 Days Later is pretty amazing.
oh yeah.
28 Days later, I think I've seen that.
I think Ringu, the
Okay.
original.
Yeah, the original.
Was that-
one, yeah.
I thought that was like 90. Not was that 2000?
Oh, you might be
The
right.
Ring
Oh,
came
yeah.
out in 2002. I remember that. But
You
I
might
don't-
be
Good
right,
on you.
Andrea.
The Ring.
Amazing memory, Conan.
yeah, I was seeing a lot of movies around then, especially anything with Naomi Watts.
Yeah, fair.
I'm hiding.
American
Andy
Psycho
and I are both in
was
chill mode.
what is it? 2000 American Psycho. American
I
Psycho.
am
And 2000 doesn't count.
Yeah.
21st century is 2001 onward.
No, 2000 literally is the
Nope.
beginning. Why would we arbitrarily just change?
Nope. There was no year zero. There was no year zero. Year one.
Oh my God.
1 to 10, 11 to 20, etc.
Harsh but fair. Okay.
21st century is 2001.
Like a time monk.
What?
Is-
You
there-
two.
You're like some kind
I
of time
will
cop.
fucking die on this goddamn hill. You think fucking
She's
Van Damme is a
dying.
good time cop? He had nothing on me, motherfucker. It's over for Jake.
Best time travel movie.
It's over for me. Good night. I love you. Hey, what's
All right, on that
fun?
note,
Yeah,
good
Sandy.
night.
I'm doing a Jakeson, but I'm doing a Sandy.
So nice to see you.
Sandix.
Have a good one, Sandy.
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive is one of my favorite movies. It's not a horror movie though.
I love Mulholland
What is
Drive. It's a horror movie if you're on drugs. I mean,
God, when he tells him to go to the DMV and get that driver's manual, what does he say? What's the line? Do you remember that? He's like, I
In
want you to
Mulholland
go to the DMV. Yeah.
Oh,
Who
says
it's that movie, right, where he flips out on him in the bad driver, the road rager. Isn't that it? Am I mixing it up?
In Mulholland Drive, I'm trying to remember. I should know this. I've seen
Oh,
it so many
Mulholland
times.
Drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
which
Yeah,
Jake,
it's
I
on
tell you,
Mulholland,
Jake
right?
hates this fuck. We talked about
I
Mulholland Drive a couple
I might be
weeks
thinking
ago.
of Lost Highway.
Jake was fucking mad.
Lost
as hell.
Highway is what you're thinking
That's what
of,
I'm
and
thinking.
yes,
Lost
yeah.
Highway. Yeah. Sorry.
The diner scene in Mulholland Drive, incidentally, does freak me out. It
Yeah.
genuinely
It's great.
spooked me.
You mean the
Freaky!
dumpster? Yeah.
Yeah, that's real biz right there.
Speaking of Lynch, there are camera shots that don't really, they're sort of just kind of still shots from the last season of Twin Peaks that just blow me the fuck away.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
There's like one shot, it's like a night scene over, I think it's New York, I'm not sure. It's over a city at night. And I was just like, look at how perfect that image is. It is fucking amazing. That's why I think
agree.
that stuff is cool.
I think It Follows was good. That was a good movie. And I don't know if it's like amazing, but I enjoyed
It Follows is like for me. I get pissed off at this movie. I like it, by the way, but it pisses me off because like the concept is really good.
Yeah,
like,
and they kind of get
half
there.
of the movie. The first half is like really solid, and then they just don't know what the fuck how to finish it. Like everything from like the beach lake house scene or whatever onward is just very superfluous.
It's got third act problems. I agree, and I still like it in spite of that. But
Yeah, I think everything like up until like when they're at the house or whatever, and then the bitch is like breaking like that part is really good. It's just like as soon as the beach house part or whatever, it's just ugh.
Is Mandy a horror movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because Mandy's pretty fucking. There ain't nothing like it. I'll tell you that much.
That is
No, it's
one of the
incredible.
trippiest movies.
I feel
I've
that
seen Mandy,
horror
like, 5
movies
times now.
are at their best
Mhm.
when they reenact a part of human civilization development that was crucial, and that is where the heroes figure out how to kill the monster. In It Follows that exists, they have that. I don't want to spoil it, but the scene with the lamp. In Alien they have it. Ridley makes a flamethrower thing.
Yeah.
Every werewolf movie has it. Every vampire movie where they look up how to
Yeah.
fight the monster. I think what we are doing in these stories
Fright Night.
is essentially recreating our experience with like bears, wolves, and lions. Where
Oh,
we're
yeah.
like,
Right.
Mhm.
we
What
once
the
upon a
fuck do we do
time,
about this thing.
yeah, we were plains
Sure.
apes. We weren't really weren't so
Plains
hot
apes.
with these things.
I think I played with that band once. Yeah.
But we figured out, the spear, the atlatl, the bow and arrow, and mastered this planet. I think
And now we're on
that's what
stream talking about it.
yeah, Evil Dead, exactly.
I like Evil
That's-
Dead 2.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. He gets the chainsaw hand. and
I
all
celebrate the
that.
whole series, including Ash versus Evil Dead, the series.
Yes.
I love
It's
it.
great.
Yes,
I haven't
it was
seen
so
anything
good.
after Army of Darkness. I've been saving them.
Yeah, there's there's the quasi remake, which is good. It's just different. And then there's the one that came out recently that was like in the apartment complex. That was good too, but it's a little
Yeah,
different.
I like that.
But Ash versus Evil Dead, the series, is lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Here's
it's right in the zone of budget where that franchise belongs, I feel.
Here's the line from Lost Highway. It's Mr. Eddie's line. He's being tailgated. And this is what I mean,
Yeah.
where Lynch can do, like, he just inserts hardcore normie shit right in the middle of like what is going on, David Lynch shit, and then it resonates. He says, so
Robert Loggia plays that character.
Robert Loggia.
Yeah,
this guy's been tailgating him. He runs him off the road and he says, "Don't tailgate. Don't you fucking ever tailgate. Do you know how much space is needed to stop a car traveling at 35 miles per hour? 6 car lengths. 6 fucking car lengths. That's 106 fucking feet, mister. If I had to stop suddenly, you would have hit me. I want you to get a fucking driver's manual, and I want you to study that motherfucker, and I want you to obey the goddamn rules of the road. 50 fucking thousand people were killed on the highway last year because of fucking assholes like you. Tell me you're gonna get a manual." And the guy's like, "I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it."
I am in. I hate cars. I anti-car. I gotta watch.
You're right, because it's such a and he's like a hard gangster, but it's like no, everything he said is correct. Like he's 100% in the right. Like everything he said is like. Totally
I wonder though, is that Barry Gifford writing that made that so like
I don't know.
I don't know, because it just I don't know. Anyway, I love
Lost Highway. I saw that in the theater. It's awesome.
Yeah, me too. I was watching everything Patricia Arquette did at the time.
Yes.
I was like, let's go, Patricia Arquette.
Yes.
Favorite.
You speak her name, especially just a second ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Evil Dead 2 rivals Evil Dead 1.
So, have you ever seen any other sequel that's just like Evil Dead 2? Like, it's a weird sequel because it's like it's the first movie, but then like
it's
extra.
Like a remake.
There's like an extra act or something.
On the first movie, what they did was really more of a student film. But what they did was everyone either they couldn't afford them or they just kept bailing, and it got to where the guy that was his job was running film back to like the airport or whatever ended up being like assistant director, sound guy, the cameraman. He ended up being like everything. So it was like Sam Raimi, that guy, and what's his name? Ash.
Hold on to your Bruce
Campbell.
Campbell. Hold on to your butts, because Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi went to Michigan State. They lived in Ann Arbor, which is a town very near me that I hung out with in all the time. The Vidya game is partially set in Ann Arbor, which was delightful for the, I think, N64. But you want a real Jake connection to the Evil Dead that I'm going to force in here. The dude that wrote the werewolf movie with me and frequently writes werewolf movies with me, his mom did the claymation for Evil Dead.
No way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That's very cool.
And
You're killing me with this.
She
filmed in Tennessee, I believe. I'm not sure.
Yes, in a cabin in Tennessee. And until me and my buddy, who would like watch Evil Dead over and over, told her about it, she had no idea that it like took off.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
that's crazy.
She's like, "Oh my god, I want to be done with this fucking claymation. It's so tedious. I never look back."
Yeah,
that's
like,
hilarious.
those guys were a hoot. They were a lot of fun.
Could have been touring the convention circuit for years. You know,
she could. And it's not
people
like
would love
she
it.
didn't go on to like have a career, and like that was just a thing. Like she and like a couple other like art students were like, "Yeah, we'll do this for you. We understand that you don't have a budget."
That's weird. You have so many connections to Raimi stuff. Like even think about
he was a Michigan indie filmmaker. So
do you have a propensity?
In Michigan too, right? Ted Raimi?
Do you have a propensity for reading books that are in the basement that are in ancient text at all? Maybe.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
If I find a book with text I can't read, the first thing I do is, look up a translation and say everything out loud.
Yeah. I love that in Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods, which I love, by the way. I love how it like is like, what are you doing? Stop reading that.
That's not what I thought. Also, I thought that because I watched Evil Dead and then I watched Evil Dead 2, thinking it was a sequel, and I was like, I kind of like this. I like second efforts. Like that's really
so there's kind of
it's like when a band releases like a revised version of their song or something. Usually it's kind of worse, but
sometimes it can be better.
Yep.
Conan, please explain to the audience in case they don't know what the difference was, because it's not quite a sequel, but it's also not a remake.
It's both.
Side note,
bigger,
please come up with a name for this.
So it's bigger budget. It's again. it recaps a lot of the first movie in like the first like 5 minutes too. But like it exists somehow as a remake and a sequel at the same time with a bigger budget, and there's more of a comedic element, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like the dawn of horror comedy, whereas the first one is like a straight up horror movie. And it's amazing that it pulls it off. And I was trying to think of because we mentioned it earlier. I think Mad Max and Road Warrior, maybe that's another example.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And then later Fury Road, because it's sort of like George Miller's flat out like, I don't care about the nerd stuff, which is great. And then he makes a prequel, which is hilarious. But it's like he doesn't get. People are like, oh, was Toe Cutter, Imperium Joe? Who cares? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I love that in between, he's like, I'll make Babe and Happy Feet because back.
Right. I mean, like, I think George Miller's amazing. He's a pretty
he really
interesting
is.
dude.
He was
but there
gonna
isn't a lot
do
of
the
examples
Justice
of that.
League. Yikes.
Ooh.
Also, so for the record, if I had to package it for a normie, Evil Dead 2 remakes the first movie in the first, as you say, 5 minutes, and then it's its own sequel to that plot. So it retells,
and has a larger budget, kind of like better filmmaking.
Yeah, and it writes out characters that are no longer relevant.
Right.
I sort of feel like
fantastic.
every Clint Eastwood spaghetti western by Sergio Leone was kind of that same thing.
Oh,
Where
right,
it's
because
like,
like
we're
the
sort of
Dollars
bringing this-
trilogy,
yeah.
like you have Clint Eastwood, you have Lee Marvin, and they're kind of the same character, but kind of not. the same
Yeah.
character
And it's
at the
almost
same
like
time.
you're getting this story as like a rumor told around a campfire from
Right.
another cowboy
Yeah,
kind of
that-
thing.
Well, just like it's meant to be like during the Civil War, and I'm like, okay, except for the fact that like this is like some fantasy planet. that,
Yes.
like,
That's
like
what I
where
think
is
about
this?
it, yeah.
Where is this taking
Hollywood
place?
West.
What state is this? You know, it's like no, it's
Fictional.
it's an Italian's idea of the American West. You know, and it's beautiful.
Yes,
in that
and
way.
that's what's so much fun about it. When I went to France, I stopped at like a little fast food stop on the side of the road on my way to wherever I was going.
Hold on. So you go to France and you're getting fast food.
Yeah,
Did you have your
I had to
shoes
eat.
on when you were getting the fast food?
Okay, I don't want to
Yes.
step on any snails. Yeah.
I only took off
No shoes, no service is global.
but there was a sandwich there called the American, and it was like a hoagie bun.
Peanut butter and
I
pickle.
guess. Well, it was a big bun with a bunch of hamburger patties in it, and then French fries in that, slathered in like ketchup and cheese, and it was great. It was so good. It's like they're like,
you
this is
got
what
it.
these fat, dumb lard asses will love, and I was like, yes, yeah, that's it. You guys nailed it. You know us so well. That's the feeling I get when I watch a Sergio Leone Western. I'm like, yes, that's the vibe that we're going for.
Yeah,
100%.
it's somebody's
Nailed it.
idea of America. It's not like this heavily researched
Yes.
production where they're like, no, this really happened. They're like, could have happened. Who's to say it
Yeah.
didn't? I don't
You're in
fucking
Montana
care.
Sea or whatever. Yeah.
And then it's all about character, which is just
Right.
that's
It
what's
lets
so
you
great
get
about
the-
it. It's vibe. It's like really like
same-
attitude movies. I dig that.
For the same reason sci-fi movies work.
I'm more into attitude sandwiches with big attitude.
Those are my favorite movies where people are just like did you see Nicole Kidman in Destroyer?
I didn't know. I didn't. When was that? I actually like Nicole Kidman. I mean, I know she's like super
Years
normie
ago.
or whatever, but
She went
2018.
way- yeah, like
okay. Scoot
Look at her,
McNairy is in
though.
that. I love that name. Scoot
dude, he
McNairy.
is the best. I love
He
that.
fucking
guy.
rocks, that guy. Yeah, I saw Killing of a Sacred Deer that she was in. Whew, intense.
That's
Yeah,
a
that
great
was a
movie.
weird one. Killing Them Softly is my favorite. Scoot McNairy, Brad Pitt, Scoot McNairy, Ben Mendelsohn. Ben Mendelsohn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did I think it was Brad? But
That's
yeah,
his brother.
anyway. But I love Scoot McNairy. He's great. He's
On
great.
principle, I like anybody named Scoot.
Yeah.
Right,
That's a
right.
good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about Scooter?
No, come on. Get out of
Less. less interesting. I'm still. I mean, you're getting through life named Scooter.
What is it? Scooting.
I know a Muppet named Scooter. That's about it.
Yeah, there you go. That's.
Well, I know of them.
There's a Muppet
I don't
law.
really know Scooter.
If it's a Muppet name, it's cool.
That's true.
I wish somebody that is a professional puppeteer would befriend somebody entirely as a puppet and pretend like they're not really friends with the person, but the
That's that
is.
Anthony Hopkins movie, right? What is that called?
That would be
What
so
am I
much
thinking?
fun.
Puppet Master, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Andrea, let's you and I film something where it's like you, myself, and a puppet are hanging out, but you're friends with the puppet, and you and I don't really get along that well.
Oh, terrible. I mean, you just wear
Great
shoes in
movie.
your house. It's kind of
Fantastic.
What a
film.
stretch.
See, the puppet's going to agree with you, and I'm going to need to call my lawyer to.
Andrea's
to
method
find-
acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Blair Witch Project. Who hates the Blair Witch
Me
Project?
too.
Who hates what?
It's great.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people got seasick at it, but otherwise.
Oh yeah,
I-
what it inspired was unfortunately a lot of people doing shaky
That's
cam,
a
and that
good
was
scary
terrible.
one though. That's a
And
good
they
one.
should never
I
have
gotta
made another
say,
one.
okay, so one, I love Blair Witch.
Yep.
2, controversial. Blair Witch 2, maybe one of the best movies of all time. You know.
What?
Yep. You get if you're in the right mindset. You know,
No.
AKA mushrooms. Yeah. All right.
4,
next.
possibly 5 beers in, you
Yeah,
start
okay.
the movie.
All
You're
right.
gonna have a great time. Okay, let me tell you. But I love shaky cam. I
Those
love found
conditions.
footage movies.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
okay.
I love the terrible found footage movies. I watched this recent one a couple months ago about Bigfoot or whatever. It's horrible, but I just love found footage movies. I love the whole genre. It's
Okay.
like my guilty pleasure. They're all like most of them are terrible, but like
Cannibal
when
Holocaust.
they're good, they're good.
Have you seen Cannibal Holocaust? That's a found footage movie.
Yes, I've seen one version of it that's not the original, unfortunately. But one of these
The
days,
director was arrested after the
'cause
premiere.
people
He
thought
left
it
the
was-
premiere
yeah.
and they busted him. They're like, "Did that kid really eat a muskrat on camera? Because you can't do that." And he was
Yeah,
like,
that was
"No."
sort of
And
like-
they're like,
there was
"You're
like-
arrested."
There was like a trend of like exploitation cinema around that time.
Yeah.
It was pretty. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I would
the
put it-
controversy was more interesting than the art, frankly.
Yes.
You know.
Was
By
it
the way-
called Obscured by Clouds? No, The Valley. I would put The Valley in that
Yeah.
category. That was around the same time.
Blair Witch 2, for all of its many faults, did give us Jeffrey Donovan, which did give us Burn Notice, a fantastic television show.
I don't even know that.
Thought there would have been a
Never
bigger
seen it.
reaction to Burn Notice. Okay.
I never.
All right. I'm heard it, Millennial. That's fine.
Is that
I
network?
was just trying to remember if Bruce Campbell's on that, right?
It is. Yeah. Thank
yeah.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a fun spy show.
There you
Someone
go.
in the chat,
I don't have more to say.
Donald James mentioned Paranormal Activity movies. I love
Okay.
Paranormal
I,
Activity movies.
I saw the first one in the theater. There were some jump scares. Yeah.
I love Paranormal Activity 1. I saw
Oh,
it in theaters.
Exorcist 3.
I haven't
Exorcist
seen
3.
it.
Exorcist 3 is a
Good.
really good movie, actually.
Terrifying.
I've only seen the first 2, actually. So
Oh, just got to watch Exorcist 1 and 3.
Yeah.
okay.
That's
I
how
love
I would
to.
do it. I'm,
Which-
okay,
Yeah.
I've
but
already seen this.
Whipping
it
that thing
doesn't-
around.
it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't add to the story. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's its
Halloween
own thing.
3.
It didn't need to be called The Exorcist, actually. It's another
Right.
example of that.
I would just
Yeah.
watch Exorcist 1 and 3, and oh my god. Oh, and like
Exorcist 1, though, was excellent.
Oh,
what
yeah,
was
of
George
course.
C. Scott in? The Changeling? Was he in that? That was
Yeah, Changeling. Yeah. George C.
That
Scott's
was
a pretty
good.
interesting actor, man. He's
yeah.
he's
Surprisingly robust catalog of stuff he's
really
been
good
in.
Yeah.
Christmas Carol.
Dr. Strangelove,
Yeah.
Exorcist 3, Patton the
Patton.
Hustler. It's great. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
12 Angry Men, or well, he's in like the remake.
Oh,
of it.
yeah, yeah,
not,
yeah,
not,
yeah,
not the which you remade one of my favorite films of all time, but it's still good. It's still good.
I
It's
love
not
the
as good as the
original.
original.
Wait,
No, the
on-
original.
12 Angry Men. He's not in the original 12 Angry Men?
George C. Scott, I don't think so. Is he?
This could be a Berenstein Stain Bears situation.
Mandela effect.
We'll get our top research.
I was
on this
trying to
right now.
explain
Well-
that to somebody recently, and I was like, "See, you're living this."
Oh,
They're
you
like,
know
the
who I'm
Monopoly
thinking
Man
of?
did have a hat or whatever it is.
Oh, he has a hat. He
Weekday
doesn't have a
Cop.
monocle.
Monocle. That was what it was.
I'm a huge fan of the Mandela effect as a concept.
I think you're gonna say I'm a huge fan of monocles.
Well, that
Pretty
too.
cool.
I love monocles, but also I prefer when I have monocular vision. What I attempt to use that for is to research the Mandela effect. I just think it's really fun.
Take off your glasses, put your monocle in. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
We should start saying that the Mandela effect is named not after people thinking Nelson Mandela died in prison, but after something else named Mandela. Like, I'm sure there's something named Mandela.
Funny.
Just to F with people, we should do this.
Look, you can buy
Oh my God.
prescription. $50. That's not bad.
I might actually get a monocle.
Yeah, like, do you
glasses.
know, like, what's the average rate on a monocle, Matt? Since you said that that's not bad, so you're very well understood of.
Well, a pair of glasses, ranges from like, $100 to
It'd be half off.
$1,000 or more. So this is half.
This is just one.
Oh,
So what if I just
Prescription
got
monocle,
two monocles?
$125. Good.
I don't even need the prescription. I would just say pop in
shit.
like a lens that lets me see a
Look at
different
this.
spectrum or something. Oh,
What if you
How
rocked?
is it like staying on their eye? Like, what's
What
like
if
this-
you rocked two monocles?
Just
That would be
This
funny
is
as
your
shit.
drip. You get like an audacious hat and a monocle. Yeah, great.
yes. Are you
Look at
kidding
that
me?
fucking guy in the red shirt with at his mustache scroll
Oh,
up. Look at this
man.
guy's
Look at
mustache.
Badass. These
He
guys
is-
are.
He knows what he
cool.
wants.
Exactly.
Clean as
I love
hell.
this fucking page.
See, this lady gets it. Look at
What?
that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having short-term
All right, not
memory
thrilled
loss.
with
I don't
the
know how we
uniform.
got here. How did we get here? What happened to have this
We're-
on screen?
We celebrate the monocle in this show.
What is this? What is
Oh,
this
man.
fucking
Yeah.
repository of images? How did we get here?
See, the only thing that would make this picture better if the horse had one too.
Yes.
That would be great. That would be great.
Horseforthemonocle.com.
I do think it would be really funny.
I need to see if that's a thing.
Show up at a cocktail party. You're wearing two monocles.
Me and my
just
horse,
wait
we
for
both have
somebody
monocles.
to fucking notice. I think that would be funny as shit.
I'm gonna show up on the show next week with two monocles.
What's up?
Be like, are your glasses broken? And you go, no. My
Glasses?
monocles
Oh,
are
I'm wearing
fine.
them right now.
Please.
What do you think they call them glasses for?
I'm
Think some
wearing
kind of base-
monocles.
You think I'm some kind of basic bitch? These are monocles, friend.
I thought those were very affordable.
Very
Yeah,
affordable monocles. Yeah.
I'm thinking
I didn't have real-time pricing of monocles on my bingo card for coming on this show, but here we are.
Well,
anything
next
can
time you'll
happen.
be sure to put that on there.
I'm thinking
say.
I'm gonna try it.
Sweet deals on monocles. Yeah.
I'm thinking about trying it.
try
Hey,
it out.
and just so you know, it's 12:35 a.m. on the East Coast. Happy
Are you fucking kidding me?
Thursday, gang. Look, happy August 1st. If anybody wants to bail,
Illegal.
feel free. If you want to go celebrate August, see what dropped
Celebrate
on all your favorite streaming services today or whatever.
How would one
I'd-
celebrate August? What would
I'd
that
rather
entail?
celebrate July on August 1st.
There's a new Batman animated series now,
Oh,
today.
okay.
Is there?
and they
Tell
have
me,
been trying to get this out for a long time.
Oh, apparently it's
Well,
international.
after.
It's International Mahjong Day today, so
Oh.
as well as National Raspberry Cream Pie Day. By the way, this is the lamest holiday ever. Respect for Parents Day. F you, man. Come on.
Fuck you,
really?
Dad. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Mom. Fuck you.
It's like celebrate your boss
Respect
day.
this.
Exactly.
Assholes.
That's the lamest holiday. Nobody voted that into being or however they make a
Go to
holiday.
hell.
Although August 2nd is Dinosaurs Day and National Coloring Book Day and National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. Oh man, the 2nd is lit.
Oh man, Joe Biden shouldn't have dropped out.
Exactly, fucked up.
Oh,
here
look
we
at that. There it is.
Wow,
Horse monocle.
truly a time to be alive.
Oh, we got multiple viewing angles.
Horse
Good.
monocle sounds dirty. But
Horsemonocle.net. Weirdly.com was taken. No,
That is a really good, not a band name, but an album name.
Horse Monocle.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
that's good. That's good.
Scottish Wildcat Day. Wow, that's incredibly specific.
Yeah.
Where is it? People
because
just
the
make
American
up
Wildcats get all this attention.
National Zucchini Day. Come on, really?
Shout outs to the zucchini.
Dude, when is Left Past 10 Day? I forget.
It might be on this list. There's so many holidays. World
Every
Lizard
day.
Day is August 14th, or it's every day if you live your life right. But
Oh, we have
Yeah.
lizards here, by the way.
I believe it.
They're all over my house. Little geckos. They're everywhere.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. This is episode 42, right?
Yeah.
No.
Left Past 10 Day is in 10 episodes, 10 weeks from now.
Oh, shit. We'll be in October already?
In 10 weeks.
And Letterhack still loves to post on Twitter the all new show. Like, motherfucker, this shit is old as hell.
It's not even a year old yet.
This is
It's
old.
still new.
This is it's not all
It's
new.
not-
We
Are
can
we in
debate
season
whether or
one?
not it's
Parts,
new,
though.
but it's not all new.
Friends, I have good news. This week is National Cleanse Your Skin Week.
Oh,
Good.
I've been
I
waiting
mean,
all year.
I know you've been waiting to cleanse your
I
skin.
was wondering what holidays a serial killer came up with.
Well, it's not a Halloween. That's a Halloween, not a holiday, right?
Exactly. It's a Halloween. Well, I didn't say it was a holiday. It's a week-long observance. Come on. What are we
Exactly.
doing
I,
there?
I think our little show here has come a long way in
Yeah.
not even a year. It's gotten
we
weird.
didn't show up with horse
and-
monocles. All right, that took
Yeah,
work.
we earned them.
Yeah,
I'm just including myself in the group at this point.
you're in the group, literally.
Yeah, got jumped in earlier.
Yeah.
This is good. Actually, I am a member of AARP, so I can save a lot more than 15%.
Fuck it.
I'm in the 50s club.
I appreciate the update. That's I was wondering, is he getting a good discount or not? I can't go to sleep without knowing.
Who here is still in July with me? Says Prairie Fire Kowalski.
For another 22 minutes, I am.
Our friends watching on
So how's
on
July?
the West Coast.
We have a live correspondent.
Club
from
Monocle.
July.
That should be the name of the Patreon. Club Monocle.
Oh, good one.
Ooh, that is good though.
Solid.
That is good.
It's kind of pathetic how July is still somewhere in the middle of the country, just barely hanging on to summer. Just give it up, July.
August
Give
is
it up.
summer. August is very much
August
summer.
is
No, I'm
extremely
saying
summer.
July thinks it owns summer, and it's
Oh,
August
yeah.
time. It's August's time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Getting into the
Augustus
dog
is
days.
time? What?
I am not looking forward to getting darker earlier in the day because
am.
where I drive to anywhere I
drive.
drive in my town
Why are you
is
driving at night?
super dangerous.
Just
Have you
drive
heard
earlier.
Robert Loggia's speech?
Do they not have?
No,
street
there's just deer. There's no street lights.
Yeah.
The
word,
deer are
word.
fucking everywhere. It's
Just drive
crazy.
earlier.
lights? Hey, I'm no
sitting
longer
there.
that traumatized by it. I saw a guy die because somebody else hit a deer.
See what I'm saying?
I'm just
Wow.
saying that's no joke. That's a serious
fucked up.
concern.
You just look for the look for the whites of their eyes. Look for the shine of the monocle on the deer. And that'll-
You basically,
That's
if
a
you're in
good
a
point.
45, you should be driving 20 with high beams,
Yeah.
just like ready
Right.
to break at any second because it's going to happen.
I
right.
did not appreciate.
Or you can
this
just go to the
until
grocery
trauma.
store before it gets dark.
Driving home from
Well,
work.
yeah, but seriously,
Or
gang,
you can just
if you live in the
work earlier.
country, listen to Matt. I like Jake's puppet idea, Andrea.
I always
You should
consider any filmographic concept. It's always into consideration. We need someone to construct the puppet, and it has to be hand constructed. So
I got my one of my childhood best friends. He went to the Jim Henson School, and he constructs really incredible,
here we go. It's
amazing
happening.
puppets. So.
It's happening.
we
Send them an
have
email.
we have a puppet creator on my Discord. So
all right. Well,
Really?
Yeah, but can we get the guy who
Yes.
went to study at Jim Henson School? I mean,
Yeah.
your Discord is
And,
fine and all.
I
uh,
was gonna say
Conan's-
some guy I
Conan's
just heard
gotta
of seems
do-
fine too, but yeah, my friend is actually really great.
Conan's
yeah,
gotta
let's
do
go with
the,
that guy. Let's go with Conan.
Well, I was just thinking about affordability, but Conan's got to do the score. Okay,
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm speaking for him. I'm like,
that was easy.
I'll have it on your desk by Monday. Yeah, great. I'm in.
Yeah, see this guy. He's like, I'm
Now,
going to
can
be
we get,
making
like-
music anyway.
Let's get a budget together. Let's pick a number really low. Let's go
Let's
with
build the movie
$7,000.
around the score.
$7,000. Okay.
like the whole movie.
Done.
In fact,
Oh.
let's do it even $6,666. That's the budget. And then
If
that
you try to
Pick
crowd fund
we make
That's
a
7,000,
pretty good.
you'll get
documentary.
triple.
We also film a documentary and we call it 6,666, and it's about making the
Wow.
movie with the budget. So then we get to make 2 movies with that one
Please
budget.
call it.
I'll do that part.
There you go.
I think that'll be the working title so that we can like operate in Ontario or wherever we go to film it without people like crowding around.
No, make out the check to Horse Monocle LLC. That's what it needs to be.
Yes. let's
Horse
review.
Monocle Unlimited.
I'm a big fan of starting Kickstarter.
That was remarkably thought out.
Yeah.
That was like you had a whole like. Did you have that like?
Who, me?
Yeah, like you had the documentary. You had the
it's all
666.
improv.
Yeah, that's
ready
good.
to go,
That's solid.
man.
I was like
I
impressed.
try my best.
Impressive.
I for real would love to do bizarre Kickstarters that we actually would if people were insane enough to fund these things.
Which is supposed to be
we'd
the
follow
idea
through.
for that platform. That was the original idea, is that like if you make the goal, you'll do it, and of course everyone's going to do it anyway. But then
It's almost like a dare. Like, do you dare me to make this puppet film, or like, do you dare me to like whatever that
Right.
sounds like? That sounds like the joy of it is actually just us sitting around and being like, all right, so here's the dumbest thing I could think of.
reward level. Andrea will step on weird things. You know?
Yes.
All I needed to go is to Jake's dwelling location, and there's gonna
Apparently,
be plenty of weird shit. I guarantee it.
It's low hanging fruit, so to speak,
Picks all over the door frames,
or vegetables if you pick them.
He's had this image of Andrea outside of Jake's house, like dumping bags of dog shit everywhere, going, he is going to wake up and be like, what happened?
It's Jake's apartment. You guys are assuming I'm living a lot better than.
Canonically, we established it's a yurt. So
That's true. It's Jake's hole in the deli shop. So
it's a
you're gonna
yurt
have-
with and behind you there's a horse with a
Period.
monocle. So there
Yeah.
you go. That's
And
what's
a
happening.
W. Don't forget the W.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, the W comes with the yurt. So
Speaking of
Actually-
W, I watched the number 23 starring Jim Carrey. Has anyone seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did not
yeah.
care for it. I was very bored throughout the whole movie.
Really? I
Dark.
thought it was phenomenal. I had a great
Super
time.
dark.
I was impressed by his acting. I was like, oh look, Jim Carrey could act. And
I think I
then-
turned it off and watched Saw 8 instead.
No, that's a bad decision.
But no, you're right about the acting. I mean, yeah, okay. First time I saw Jim Carrey in something that wasn't in living color when I was a kid, he was in a TV movie about alcoholism where he played the drunk older brother who like ruined family dinners and stuff like
That's
that.
good
And I was like,
casting.
wow,
That's great casting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway,
pretty cool. All right. And on that note, I think I'm out of here, folks.
should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Before
Conan,
you head
thanks,
out,
man. It was a
Romantically
great show.
speaking,
Thank you.
I did.
This was
I
a
did
good show.
want to say
for
to
having
you, it's been a pleasure, and all.
Ah,
Is that
Jake's
the thing he
it.
does?
Traditional
That's
Jake's
the
it,
thing.
yeah.
I like how you sniffed it out immediately. That's the
Yeah,
thing he does. Yeah.
Seems like the kind of guy that would do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, go
very,
scrub the floors.
Big horse
Very
monocle
cool.
energy.
very cool hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, this is a good
Yeah.
show.
Protonic Reversal tomorrow. Chris Haskett of Rollins Band. That should be a good one.
Awesome.
Let's see what's going on. Oh, Movie Night Extravaganza. Our second Lord of the Rings episode, which is going to be with Renee Warren from Australia and KT, where we're going to go not into the technical aspects of it, but more the other aspects of it. So 3 movies, 2 episodes, but we split it up.
We've
that
had
way.
3 of the movie night people on this program, so now you can see who we're not having on.
I guess not.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that a thing? Okay.
Maybe
I don't know.
it's just, well, we're not having everyone on all at once, so maybe it's just a matter of time. Come on.
Yeah, it's enough on our show, believe me. Hey. NeutronFriends.bandcamp.com. Our Bandcamp. There's a bunch of like just odds and sods, like leftover like t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. Vinyl, CDs, digital audio, all that stuff. We're also available on all the things that we do not see a cent from, or we see cents from many months down the line. Spotify, YouTube, all that stuff. Anything else? Oh yeah, I'm on this show with Jason Miles from This Is Revolution, where we go through like the different records of the year. We're doing 1977 coming up, which is awesome. That was the year I was born. So that's going to be in a couple weeks. That's on the This Is Revolution channel under the Pop Life moniker. If somebody has an idea for what that show should be called, please let us know, as long as it's short, because we have not been able to come up with a good name for them. We're doing like 7 of these, but everyone loves these episodes, but we can't think of a clever name for it. So
okay,
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you win if you get it, but you win my respect.
All right. So what's the show concept?
We cover different years and records that came out that year. We just
all right. Here it is. Recorded.
Okay. Recorded.
Hyphenated.
Past tense because you're doing past years. Recorded.
Recorded. Okay, that's not bad. That's people come up with these like sentence long names. I'm like, no, it needs to be short. That's the thing.
There you go.
It needs to be short. So okay, yeah.
3 syllables, 1 word.
That wins. Anything else? I think that's it. Thanks for having me. It's a good time.
Yep. It was a good show. I appreciate your appearance.
Yeah. When are you
gonna come me a run for my money with the shoe thing. That was enjoyable.
You should come on the Movie Night Extravaganza sometime.
Anytime.
Again. It's been like forever. I don't even remember when last.
We got to do Mandy and Beyond the Black Rainbow.
I have had Mandy on the docket for maybe a year and a half now. And
then sign me up.
So.
I'm in.
All right. Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, I won't.
All right. Take care, friends. I'm out.
Okay.
All right.
See you, man. Take care. Andrea.
Oh. What?
Do we end the show or do a segment?
What is the segment? You really want to talk about the orange guy, don't you? You really want to fucking talk about this orange fucking guy with his orange face and his orange fucking hair, with his fucking orange suit and tie. Well, very soon he'll be in orange because in jail. And you're just fucking obsessed with this guy. You just for anyone who doesn't know, before the show starts, Letterhack is on here. It's like, can we talk about Trump today? Can we please talk about Trump? I want to talk about Trump. He was talking to the people and he was orange. And now this guy is like, oh, we're gonna talk about a segment. You want to do a segment? Answer: yes, I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, so I put it out there last minute and said, does anybody want to cover this? And we decided, nah, fuck it. Let's just do our regular show. And I think that was a good call. But since we're still here, and a lot of people talked about this right away and they made it sort of clickbaity, and I didn't like that. I think tomorrow this is going to be everywhere. And everyone already saw it. I saw this on PBS News. It's we're not going to watch the whole thing. It's Donald Trump speaking or being interviewed at the National Association of Black Journalists conference in Chicago. And it's ABC's Rachel Scott, Semaphores, Claudia Goba, and Fox News's Harris Faulkner. And I just want to show the beginning, and you know, we'll be on screen along with this so we can talk and pause it or whatever you want. But I just this is how I knew it. This is how all journalists.
Orange Man?
Oh,
yeah, this is how
Christ.
Put your fucking shoes back on and get on here. No, but like this is how all journalists should have always talked to Trump all the time. And they don't do it. They'll come at him with, some people will say that you're rhetoric. And it's like, no, motherfucker, use his words. Say, you said this. What are you talking? You know what? Come at him. So let's just watch. They get about 2 questions out. And you can see right away, he loses it. And the entire interview, it's not all that long. It's a complete fucking dumpster fire. Like this should be the most his polls will not budge. This should be the most disqualifying thing to ever happen to a politician, and it would be to anybody else if you ask me. But you know, let's take a look. Like I said, pause it. You know, once he starts talking, if you want to pause it, we can pause it. But I watched this whole thing with my mouth agape. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I haven't seen the clip. I've only seen transcript stuff. So
all right, let's check it out then. Here we go.
So appreciate you giving us an hour of your time.
He literally just sat down. It started 35 minutes late. He walks on, sits down. This is the very first thing that's said. Thank you for giving us your time.
Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States.
Fucking thank you.
You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from.
Boom.
You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys.
Look
You
at his
attacked black
hands.
journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort.
Thank you.
So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner.
Fuck you.
You don't even
Look,
say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC?
Why the
because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network.
okay,
This guy.
fuck this guy. That they shouldn't have put those flags behind him. But on the other hand, perfect representation, right? So the way she just says,
I mean, I'm not
right
gonna
away-
lie. I'm actually shocked. You oversold it, but you actually undersold it. Like I've only
It's-
seen some of the transcripts, but yeah, that's really funny.
Holy shit, right? And like he goes right back to poor me.
Horrible.
I'm a
Horrible
victim.
question. The worst question.
You just shot
I've
my
never
ear off.
even heard of anyone
Yeah.
asking such a horrible question. Let me do this with my hands. and
Oh,
then
he
go
goes
like
crazy
this.
with the hands. Watch.
Yep,
watch.
yep, yep.
And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black
he meant
population
good
of this
faith.
country. I've done so
I
much
love
for
the black
population of this country, including employment, including
Look at his mouth.
opportunity zones
He's
with
really
Senator
enunciating.
Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one
Oh,
of the
my
greatest
black
programs
friend?
ever for
That I
black
did not choose
workers
for
and
vice
black
president.
entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this. Historically, black colleges and universities were out of money.
Not
They were
addressing the
stone
question.
cold broke, and I saved
treading
them,
water.
and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing
Expecting
it.
her
I
to
think
be
it's
a terrible
very
journalist and
rude
move on.
introduction. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom.
You saying you want to debate her?
Where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something
Mr.
was
President,
wrong.
I would love
This
if you
is
could answer
amazing.
the question on
This
your
is
president,
amazing.
why you
I have
believe
answered
black
the
voters
question.
should trust you with another
I
Train
have
wreck,
been the
right?
best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President
That's
Johnson,
my
who signed the
answer.
Voting Rights
And
Act.
for you to start off a question and answer period, especially
Right.
when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile
Thank you,
manner, I
Fellow
think it's
Games.
a disgrace. I
Let
really
me
do.
let
I
me
think
just
it's
ask a follow-up,
disgrace.
sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. Some of your own
Yeah. Your tech issues is a disgrace. Are you fucking kidding me? It's not
I
like
love the idea that he's mad about the tech issues. Like that to
what
me is
a
really
fucking
funny.
loser.
Like
Yeah.
that is like sitcom territory. It's really good.
supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first Black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire.
He doesn't
Is
know
that
what that
acceptable
means.
language
He doesn't
to
know what
you?
it means.
And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop
Watch
it?
this shit.
How do you,
He knows
how
the
do you
dog whistle.
define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define it?
Diversity, equity, inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition? Give
That
me,
is that is
give me
literally
a
the
definition
words.
then. Would you give me a
Okay.
definition of that?
Hold up.
He's like someone illiterate pretending to read a menu going,
Yo,
I have the cheeseburger.
not
And they're
real.
like, that's not on here. And he goes, French fries? The spaghetti. That's
Well,
not on there.
He's all right. So here's the thing. He
This
knows
is
what
amazing.
he knows what Republicans mean when they say DEI.
Yeah, he
In the
doesn't
same-
literally get it.
In the
though,
same way,
right?
all those Republicans know what they mean in terms of a dog whistle when they say woke. He knows DEI means they're not white.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious to watch him, as you point out, try to get her to tell him.
Can I?
Official, like, what is it we're supposed to say? We mean.
I want to bring something up, but like since the Jover happened, like it's really stunning that like the Republicans and Trump especially, they have no like the Vance like they have it's over. It's already Jover. Like as soon as Joe Biden decided to come out and say I'm done, all the energy went to Kamala, and Kamala's a piece of shit, whatever, but like she's like she's actually gonna win this. Trump is like he's drowning right now. He is losing in every way. He got shot in the ear allegedly. Look at his ear right there. Does it look like he got shot? I don't think so. I maintain that he was not shot. Was he shot at with live rounds? Maybe, but he was not shot in any way, shape, or form. But I'm sorry, just let me keep going. But I just think it's amazing that like I've spent so much time in this like mindset of like, yeah, Trump's just gonna walk all over everyone, and everyone's gonna take it. And now, like the last like week and a half, 2 weeks, like what the fuck is happening? It's insane.
It's so good.
He makes a comparison. I don't think it's in this clip, but he makes a comparison. He goes, Joe Biden, they take him out. It's exactly like you're in the middle of a boxing match. The guy's not doing well. They take him out and put a new guy in. I'm like, no, it's not exactly like that, you dumb fuck. It's nothing like that. There's more at stake than just you. He goes on to talk about how, he's like, I actually won that Florida case that was dismissed. About the classified documents, it was dismissed. He didn't win, and he goes, I didn't see your news network doing any publicity. It's like, do you mean publicity or do you mean news coverage? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yep.
He just
that's the dementia happening.
He's
he
totally
doesn't know what year
exposed here.
Anyway, is he running for president, or is he like doing appearances because of Home Alone 2? Like what does he know? Like what's happening right now? Publicity, news coverage. What am I doing again?
Right.
This guy's ultimately is just so old. Like he's fucking old. It's a real big problem.
Let me throw an observation your guys' way, because I think it's relevant throughout this thing. This is the same thing I said about Obama. It holds true. They have things that they could actually run against Kamala Harris on.
Right.
But the problem is, irony of ironies, they're so racist that they can't even see the actual angles of attack on Kamala Harris. They're so racist that they're like, how do you run against this person? Well, I'll tell you what you don't do. You don't say DEI as your sub for the N-word and then just jump on that.
Also say, does anyone real quick want to predict the VP candidate? Because next week, apparently, it should happen. So we want to get that out of the way.
Let's make it interesting. Yeah. How about this? Whichever one of us is right, the other two have to come on their show.
Okay. I think it's Andy Bashir.
If invited. You think it's Andy Bashir? Who do you think?
You go first.
Who do I actually think? Shapiro. Who do I want it to be? Tim Walz. So if you guess Shapiro, I'm gonna go Walz. But I think
I'm gonna go. I want it to be Waltz, and I'm gonna guess it's gonna be him.
I want it to be Waltz as well, but I think it's gonna be Andy Bashir. But here,
I also think Bashir, but I think Shapiro's the next most likely. So that's what I'm going with.
So we're talking about the DEI label that they're giving Kamala Harris. So check here.
All right.
Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you a question, a very direct question.
Define it for me, if you would.
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no.
I'm so mad that you did this without me.
Hold on.
Hey,
well, you're here.
I'm in my pajamas.
Me too.
Goddamn, Sandy got out of bed for this
one.
Sir,
I'm asking you a question, a very direct question.
Define it for me, if you would.
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not
coward
very much.
You should have said yes.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black
Indian
until
heritage.
a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always identified as a black
I
woman. She went to a
respect either
historically black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she
Sense
obviously
college.
doesn't. Because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe
I
that she
think
is
somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some
I
Republicans
really
have
don't
said?
know. I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some.
Could
there
be.
Are,
Oh my
plenty.
God,
I know
he's a
this lady
gaping
right over
asshole.
there.
He should have
Harris
just
is a
said yes.
fantastic person who just interviewed
I
me.
hate him.
No, I love it. I love
Okay.
it. The way
Fucker.
he tries to remain neutral on everything is amazing. Many people are saying it could be real. No one really knows.
Do you want to
my God.
watch the whole thing? That's the clip. Do you want to watch the whole
Oh, I gotta go.
damn thing?
Well, I'll say this: I will get together with you guys and watch the whole thing. I'll watch it tonight. I'll watch it tomorrow.
Well, how long
I
is
already
it?
watched it 3 times.
How
and
fucking
I
I
said I
watched
don't
it-
like torture porn. I lied.
I watched it with 3 different commentators.
Oh, Sandy, you did it, yeah.
Because I wanted to see how each take would be. You know, Mike Figueredo did it, and Hal Sparks did it, and I watched it on its own. So
How long is it though?
It's 25 minutes.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
$5, man.
Yeah, I came back with my jammies on and put my hair up and all that.
It's
That looks cute.
35 minutes. Yeah, these are cute. They're all
Yeah,
big and cute.
I could
Cute.
upload it, but it's very so they go to Harris Faulkner now, who's Fox News, and she tries to bring it back, and he's like, by the way, I can only hear every other word.
I mean, he's such a complete douche.
Right?
I know we can only
And-
hear other doors, but I can hear her.
They keep bringing things up and asking him, about JD Vance and saying all these things about people who don't have children, and he just cannot get out from under it. But
It's
he
amazing.
goes on to make the point that, and we can take him off the fucking screen real quick. He goes on to make the point and it's completely illogical. He's not making a point, but he does all of there's 15, 16, 17 million illegal immigrants coming into the country. They're emptying their prisons. They're emptying their insane asylums.
Song and dance.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then-
so sick of it.
And
They're
then
the
he
insane
says,
asylums.
and they're taking your jobs. All the journalists in here, they're taking your jobs. And it's like, wait, the criminals and insane asylum people that they're
Yeah.
letting out are taking
Yeah.
your fucking jobs? Do they have
black jobs.
17
He
million
went back to that. Yeah.
criminals and insane people that they're releasing and
Okay.
delivering to the U.S. and
Who
saying,
did the fact
get
check?
the journalism jobs from the black people. Get it.
Oh my
It's
God.
insane.
It's
But
amazing.
these people go in on him right away. Anybody else would avoid this sort of actual journalism in favor of what they call access. He's not
Yeah.
going to say any kind of crazy shit that he wouldn't say anywhere
Yep.
else. He's a broken fucking record.
First
Yeah,
of all,
it's just
yeah.
awful. It was. I want to know who fact checked it, because when I saw it originally, I was out all day long. It popped up on my phone, and I
I
was
think they
like,
were getting him
listening.
real time.
But it said,
Yeah,
it said,
'cause
Do you
they're
hear the
journalists.
crowd
no, I
yelling
know,
at-
but there was somebody stated there was going to be fact checking. He said so
not
much
even
bullshit.
necessary. Because the
No.
journalists
It's
actually
so-
had
Well, Hal
educated
Sparks,
themselves. They
Hal
had
Sparks
background
does
on
a
this.
good job at pushing back.
I
on that
think
shit.
what changed is 2 things. Number one, culturally, people are sick of Trump. Like the fascination has
Ugh.
worn off a lot, and that people are less eager to just get him on our TV just for the hell of it. But most importantly, this was a conference of journalists. So the people on stage know the people in the room aren't gonna put they think the way we think, where they're screaming at the TV to be like, fact
Right.
check, follow up. They actually know what good journalism looks like. So the journalists on stage, knowing they were essentially performing for other journalists, actually acted like journalists, and it was amazing to watch. It was
And
so
right away, there isn't this whole, hey, thanks
Dude.
for being here. What do you got going on? La di da. Look where you are. Does this feel like you're stopping at a diner in
Oh, they
Wheeling,
beat
West
his ass for
Virginia
30
or
minutes
something?
straight.
Yeah.
It's a 30-minute like circle beating. It's amazing to watch. It is so
I'm
much
down to
fun.
watch the whole thing, but I don't know if I want to right now.
Not
'cause
now,
I am getting
but
pretty tired.
I will say mainstream media is saying that a lot of people, even Nebraska Examiner, Trump insults Harris, makes false claims, quarrels with the journalists. I mean, it's on everything.
It was
NBC, it was bad, but even the Nebraska Examiner picked it up like that. Holy shit! So obviously, it's bad. And Trump falsely suggests Harris misled voters about her race. He spars with reporters at Black journalists. I can't wait. I mean, I watched others. Oh,
You ever see like a small town athlete go to their first big conference and just get annihilated? It had that exact, like a small time basketball player. Maybe you were the best at your like country high school, and then you go to like, oh, I'm gonna try out for D1 sports, and they just get knocked out.
His people don't
What
think
did
so.
what did
No,
he
his
expect?
people
They
don't.
have to know that he was walking into
A
an
time.
actual
point.
interview, not
He doesn't
no,
know
he
he's
no
bad.
pageantry here.
He thought because Harris was there from Fox, the diversity hire for Fox, right? I'm surprised he didn't say that.
I mean,
And
yeah,
he-
like
but
that's
he
the other
thought
thing.
that
Is,
was going to softball the whole thing because she talked to him the other day when he said things can happen. Like she said it was a moment of like a preview to his shooting. Things can happen. Like,
is she even a journalist or just like a TV host?
She's
Good point.
Well,
I
they're
don't know.
calling her a journalist, right? You know.
I'll tell you, yesterday she was a journalist for sure.
Yeah, once you interview a presidential candidate, which I've done, you're immediately a journalist. So I'm
Bada
just
boom.
saying.
Yeah.
It's pretty
No,
much how
man.
it works. So.
This guy, like all these people who are like, well, Trump's very charismatic, or
can't
like
believe I'm
saying
still up.
all these other things about him. Trump believes that. It's not just the public who thought that. But we saw the truth yesterday with this. That wasn't. We're praising that heavily, but they were just doing the standard job you're supposed to do. It's just that this is the first time we've seen that applied to Trump. It's like how Trump gets annihilated in court when it's just the standard rules.
Oh,
apply.
and he brought all that up
exist.
today. He brought up the records.
Yeah, he did.
And he brought up
cannot
about
exist
Biden's
under
pa-
fair
Biden
circumstances.
did the same thing, and I'm like, wait a minute. The papers were
I-
50 years old. They were in
He lied
fucking
about all of it,
University
yeah.
of Delaware. I can't stand it. I got to go to bed.
I love how he says there's a point where he says there was a debate. Some people are saying this was the worst debate of all time, referring to Biden's performance
Right.
as if that translates to him doing the best debate of all time. No,
Yeah.
your performance was fucking horrible too, my
Yeah.
man. Just
Oh,
because
yeah.
Liar,
just because we were alarmed at Biden's performance because he is the current president, not because
you
he was in a
familiar-
debate.
Are you
You
familiar
fucking
with
idiot.
the psychological, like, I don't know if it's the same, but it's an experiment where like they have like a tape of basketball players playing basketball, and then they ask the person, you're going in to do whatever research. They ask you like, can you count the number of times that they throw the basketball to each other?
Thanks, Don.
Right. And then when the tape is over, the first question is, so what did you think of the gorilla?
Right.
All right, so because there's a gorilla in the
Right.
background, but if you're focused on the basketballs,
right,
you
I've
don't
seen
notice
that,
the
yeah.
gorilla. But like that's
Jeez.
basically what the debate was. We were all focused on how bad Biden was. Meanwhile, Trump is doing either just as bad in slightly different
Lying.
direction or just even worse in some
And
ways.
lying
Like-
about he lies. I can't stand how people are so stupid. And on Agenda TV, I went over to the comment
Good
section
point,
because
by the
he did it, and all of the right wing were commenting there that, oh, she was so rude, oh, it was horrible, oh my god, it was disgraceful. So
But
you
was
know
she
all the
wrong,
MAGA
though?
moron. No, but the MAGA people don't give a shit. They're gonna lap it up. I watched.
That's my point.
I watched Destiny debate that idiot from the PragerU, Dennis Prager, on David Pakman. I watched the clip. And that Prager repeats the same everything that Trump says. I mean, it is disgusting.
We know this.
I know it gets it. It was pretty good though. That Destiny guy really, really got Prager, made Prager look like a complete fucking moron, which he is. Get me started at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning.
I mean, they're kind of all fucking morons, though.
I know. God.
Yeah, man.
But Dennis Prager, they want to use their curriculum in public school.
But listen, we already knew Trump lies. We already knew that the right-wing media ecosystem is going to parrot that and blah, blah, blah. This is old news to us. What is new here is that Trump made an ass of himself on stage. He gave weak, obvious lies, and he got called on them publicly to his face, and he didn't have an answer for it because he is like a predator that evolved on an island where there is nothing really all that scary, and he has tiny teeth.
Right
now, we need to watch
tiny hands.
We need to watch and place bets if you want, gentleman bets, gentleperson bets. If his polls move at all from
they
that.
won't. I don't know.
I mean,
but
from that, I don't know.
I wonder how his kids feel gushing over J.D. Vance.
I think so.
But
what if
he
it
never talks about them like that.
What if it was anybody else? I mean, fuck.
Well, okay. I have an interesting.
You do
theory.
think they go down now?
Well, I have an interesting theory in regards to the polling, and I think personally that the polling you're going to see.
Oh, she's tired.
Well, all
right. I guess we'll go, but you're going to see him. Yeah. Anyway, I came back in pajamas.
Andrea
I
reminds
did
me
this without me.
I love your pajamas, by the way.
Andrea reminds me of a mushroom.
Oh.
Isn't that funny?
A mushroom.
Like, you know why mushrooms are good at parties, right?
No, why?
Uh-oh.
Because they're such fun guys.
Ooh, burn.